And we're live. Welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. Thanks, Shabaka. Thank you, Shabaka. I appreciate that. This is why I fuck with you heavy, my friend. Shout out to Shabaka. I didn't even know my mic was even on. But I want to say this. I needed to update my camera and I needed to update the mic. The reason why, because I got a new USB C hub. So first, it's fast. Second, it's not gonna close off. It's just I have to update everything. It's for the my Apple MacBook, and I want to give a shout out to all of y'all who was just on. Yo, we got busy. I'm gonna personally even say this. Yo, we got so busy. Yo, I was already in the 150s. I was already in the 150s. And shout out to Kawme, man. Shout out to Kawme. And the thing about it, we could laugh at Kawme. We could talk about his pan-Africanism and stuff like that. But yo, Kwame does numbers actually. Kwame, we gotta give it up to Kwame. We gotta even say like, yo, Kwame, you might even need to make a channel. Put it this way: once I start getting enough donations, I will start flying people out when I get my new crib. Cause I'm gonna get two cribs. One is for where I live at, and the other one is for business. So I'll spend like at least six mil easy. Right now I could spend like probably 7 8 thousand, but I'm trying to spend at least 6 mil total on housing. I could spend like I said, I could spend like 6 700,000 easily. Um, but yeah, I apologize. I should have updated my camera when I got my new USB hub. Yo, when I say this shit kicks, yo, it gets busy. You know. Shout out to Shabaka. Thank you again, man. Shalom. You know. But I want to be personally honest. I think Kwame could do actually really good. And this is why I always encourage Kwame to go back home and encourage his people to work hard of, progressing their country. Because I think Kwame will be a great leader. It's just Pan-Africanism. Nah. We shouldn't have to unite for him to fix his country. I think Kwame can do that by himself. You know? Kwame's a tether. Don't get me wrong. We love Kwame. We all love Kwame. Kwame's a great guy. He always been a great guy. We like I said, even his one love. You have a lot to learn about Tariq Nasheed and Black leadership. Nah, yeah, we back. I had to update my mic and my webcam. I'm gonna buy a new webcam. I want to get 8K. I feeling like I want to get 8K. Give me a second. Give me a second, everyone. Is this one live? I'm looking on the big joint right now. Like I said, I think Kwame will do great. It's just Shabaka. The reason why I'm gonna tell you this. Do you want me to be personally honest? Actually, I'm gonna be personally honest regardless. I feel like with your problem is you try to force people to be Pan Africanism. You should never, ever, I mean in 1,000 years, try to force anybody to be Pan Africanism. It should come naturally, you know? And the reason why things should supposed to come naturally is because you're just an organic person. With you, it just seems like everything is just written down. Oh, you do this, you do that. When Pan Africanism, you shouldn't be worried about Tariq Nasheed. You should be worried about Pan Africanism. You should be worried about your followers. I'm being personally honest. And maybe it's my mind because I think like a cult, like I'm a cult leader or some shit. But I feel like if I'm gonna change anything, it should be changed by, you know, the people we follow. But you gotta lead. Like Shabaka, let me ask you a question. Why don't you have your own channel? You know I will support you. I will support any Shabaka. If you tell me you have a channel and you talk about Pan Africanism, I don't agree with everything you say, but I will be in your live chat supporting you. What you tell me, you should tell others. All jokes aside, you know, because yo, real talk. I think everybody who's on this show are leaders. Shabaka, we are the goal and objective of FBAs. I'm trying to get young. No, but it's not. But you gotta understand. What happened if we're not brainwashed? And at the end of the day, we just woke up and smelled the fucking coffee and saying like, "Yo, these niggas is not really fucking with us like that." This is I'm just giving you another point of view, and I'm gonna know what. Like I said, I'm gonna start over, and we just gonna all talk. We could talk about anything and everything, and we will watch the videos over. I don't mind watching Kwame over. You know why? Cause Kwame's my nigga. Kwame's our nigga. You know I don't like to use that word. I'm trying to stop using that word. But Kwame is our brethren. No matter if we disrespect him or we laugh at him about the pan-Africanism, that's our brethren. You know, and I hope Kwame does see this because I don't want Kwame to think like, yo, niggas is shitting on him. No, we ain't doing that shit. You know, we actually fuck with Kwame. You know? Like real talk. We all fuck with Kwame, but at the end of the day, yo, you gotta come to the congregation, my man. You gotta come to that fucking congregation and tell us what happened with you and Tariq Nasheed. I understand if you would have won, like, yo, all balls deep, but at the end of the day, we all have to be honest of what happened. You know, give me a second. Let me see if we're live on X. You know, but yeah, it's just like I said. Shout out to Bobby too, yo. He helps me out with all this stuff. You know, blew off hand after showing off his plan for the 4th of July. Yeah, it's just like, yo, shout out to Bobby. He helps me with all of this. I'm gonna be personally honest. He helps me get busy on this shit. He's like, yo, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about that. He tells me what y'all want to talk about. He watches y'all on the live chat and say, yo, we should talk about this. You know, hold on. Talk about, yo, we should get busy on this part right here. This is the topic that we need to talk about. And like, he's the one who always tell me, yo, put out your Cash App. You know, every dollar counts. Right now, every dollar counts, you know. If we're trying to do something for everybody, if we all trying to make money here, where he said makes money for the projects. The money's gonna come, money's gonna go, but at the end of the day, if we talk about it, yeah, this is what we need to do. Give me a second. Let me put out my Cash App before he's like. Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. If you hate, and shout out to E Will, man. Thanks, man, for always showing me love. You too, Shabaka. Even though you be on my back bumper, you know. Thank you for showing me love, my friend. But let me ask you a question, Shabaka. And E Will, if you want to jump in, definitely right. Um, did you ever thought about trying to fix Pan Africanism before you fix tell black FBAs that like this shit is fucked up? Or they need to do this, they need to do that. I have, yes, young brother, and sisters. Think Tariq has objectives. Look, it's not trying to. He's doing something. Let me ask you a question. What do you think I'm doing? When I jump on this podcast, when I'm full blown honest with you, when I put in work in the community, when I'm talking to the leader of the task force, the reparation task force, seeing how things can be together, you don't think I be listening to y'all, what y'all be saying? Like, y'all gotta understand, Tariq Nasheed is not no leader. He has been telling y'all he's not a leader. Me, if I can be your leader, I will be your leader. But at the end of the day, as I've been telling you, Shabaka, yo, since you want to be part of the black diaspora, you need to police the black diaspora. Like, why haven't you put forth the effort of policing the black diaspora? Like, because the thing about it, we've been trying for almost 30, 40 years with Africans, with Caribbeans, and they all turned on us. But when we say, yo, we're not gonna actually put a whole bunch of 100% into them no more. You're divisive. Like, why haven't you went after the Caribbeans and Africans of what the fuck they have been doing to us since the 70s and the 80s? You know I'm talking real shit right now, right? I'm being personally honest. I'm getting busy right now. I'm drinking the Jack Honey right now, the Honey Jack right now. You gotta understand, man. Like, yo, why haven't you talked to the black diaspora about FBAs? Why are you just blaming everything that we're doing on foundational black Americans? Even though your ancestors are the reason that these black Americans, I mean these Caribbeans and these Africans are in this country. My ancestors is the reason why they're all in. Nigga, it's not even about black people. It's the reason why all these people are in this country. It's the reason why my girl's family is here. It's the reason because of my friend's family's here. It's because of my ancestors. Niggas didn't get hung on trees for no reasons. The way how y'all treating our ancestors, we're not gonna let them die in vain. This is what y'all have to understand. Black people are not trying to hear that, yo, our ancestors died in vain just to help these ungrateful motherfuckers. This is why we stopped doing that. Pan-Africanism is a great movement than what to... No, it's not. No, it's not. Because let me tell you something, Shabaka. Ever since Pan-Africanism, everybody been using black Americans. Everybody been benefiting off of our trauma. Everybody been using us against our traumas. Everybody been reaping benefits off of our trauma. We woke up and smelled the coffee and saying like, yo, these Africans and Caribbeans is using us. Now, excuse me. Now it's your chance and it's your time. What do I always say? It's shine time, right? It's shine time for you to fix Pan-Africanism. You got Dr. Umar out here just doing willy-nilly with anybody with this Pan-Africanism shit. I'm going to be personally honest. The way how you talk to me at the end of the day, you and Kawme should be the leaders of the Pan-Africanism. Y'all come on every day on every channel of mine and others to spread the word. How can we trust Pan-Africanism and it already failed us for 100 years already? I have to be personally honest. It has failed the black community. Yeah, I had to update my camera and my mic. Hey, thank you for coming back on, SP. You too, Shabaka, and you too, E-Will. Thank you. And all those other people who's on here, I think there's, let me see how many people is on there. There's 10 people on here already. Thank you for coming back on here. Yo, we're just going to talk for 30, 40 minutes again. And we'll start the video over and we're going to reevaluate how Kawme did. And SP, I told him, I was like, yo, even though we talk shit to Kawme, even though we get on Kwame's back bumper. Yo, we love that nigga as a brother. Even though he's pan-Africanism, he don't believe in all of us. I gotta tell y'all this. This Bronze Reaper podcast is more than just a channel. This is actually our brother and sisterhood. We all come over here. We talk about FBAs and stuff like that. Y'all throw up y'all pan-Africanism. Yo, salute to SP. SP is Mexican. We fuck with SP hard body. You our nigga. But at the end of the day, you respect us because, you rock with us. You rock with us at the end of the day, and you respect us at the end of the day. Even though some of our ideology you don't agree with. Like, remember when you told me, it's like, yo, I don't think black people were here as indigenous people. We still respect that, but at the end of the day, we still see you as a brethren. Oh yeah, let me tell you something. I be having conversations with Bobby. If you know who Bobby is, Bobby took how I got in contact with Bobby because Bobby took my name. I was gonna call myself Freak Daddy because that was one of my wrestling names. I was gonna. It was actually Freak Nasty, but I'm gonna say Freak Daddy. But yeah, that's how I met Bobby. Bobby helped me with all my stuff. He trolled me for like probably 2 months. Then after that, we became friends. We got hung on trees because we got hung on trees because of who we are. It wasn't because of no Africans. Let's be honest about this, Shabaka. We gotta stop giving credit to these Africans that we know nothing about and need to get credit to our ancestors. Our ancestors that been into America. Yeah, absolutely. Yo, SP, let me tell you something. When I go to California, I'm going to go on live just so I can hit you up first. So we can hang out, go get something to eat, to chill out and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, y'all got to understand, I still build, relationships with y'all. Like, I'm going to be personally honest. When I first started, I only was getting like 2 or 3 people, maybe even 12. And that was total of podcasting. And the reason why I was so nervous, I was like, damn, am I supposed to write down what I'm going to say? What am I going to do and stuff? Like, no. It's just like, yo, this shit came natural to me. This is why, sometimes I always look at my birthday. Sometimes, like, I don't know if y'all seen it, on my birthday, I kind of got emotional because I was like, yo, not like crying, but I got emotional because at the end of the day, bro, I haven't celebrated my birthday in almost 10 years. 10, 15 years. I'm going to be personally honest. Yeah, people be like, oh, yeah, happy birthday, but it'll be like 3 or 4 people. My family really don't say happy birthday to me. My grandmother does, but now my grandmother got dementia. No, I'm sorry, Alzheimer's. Well, I'm 3rd generation Chicago. My family is. Instead of staying and fighting, you guys gotta come here and people. Used to. Hold on, I'm just reading your shit right now. My family's been here. So you know what that makes you, right? SP? That doesn't make you Mexican. That makes you American. That makes you American. You're more American than Mexicans. You're 3rd generation. Your family is starting to have an ethnogenesis where, like, you know what? You are an American. I'm talking about pan-Africanists. But I'm going to answer SP's question. You're more American than Mexican. I'm not saying you don't have roots or culture in Mexico, but you are American. Like, you understand them, but at the end of the day, where you come from, I don't think they will understand you. You do have the culture, but your culture evolved. Your culture is more universal than just Mexicans in Mexico. And then thing about it too, you're gonna have to talk to the elders, and the reason why, because them motherfuckers sold Mexico, parts of Mexico. That is, oh shit, that is New Mexico, that is Texas, that is Arizona. They sold that shit, and them niggas sold that shit for extra low, and I think that it was fucked up, you know. And they can't be as we are Indian givers. They can't be Indian givers. Give you something and take something back. You know, it's just like, yo, you sold that shit from the old Mex. Like, yo, let me tell you something. SP, I showed you my great grandparents. My great grandparents don't look African. They don't look African. They look native. Like me, I don't even look African. But I look like my great grandparents. My great grandparents has my features. You know, we're the Africans that built. Yeah, we built America, but we're not African. We have an ethnogenesis. That's what things, Shabaka, I'll never agree with you is that we built America, but you won't agree that we had an ethnogenesis. And also, everybody who's in live chat, if you want to talk, definitely talk. Don't be scared. Like, yo, Shabaka, SP, E Will, yo, we talk all the time on this show. I actually get happy when I do talk to these people. And when I talk to all of y'all, it feels like I'm doing something right. Oh, yeah, let me go back to what I was saying. I'm sorry. But the people who come over now didn't build America. Yes, we have a different culture than them. You know, this is why, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I think this is a sign of me saying that, yo. No, this was a sign of my thing needing to be updated. Of saying that, like, yo, I need to rewatch Kwame's video. And shout out to Kawme. Shout out to Kawme. And Kawme, never, let me tell you something, Kawme. Never be afraid of who you are. You're a pan-Africanist. Express that. Don't ever try to hide your name, who you are. Yo, your name is, you are who you are. You know, and at the end of the day, we as a FBA, we will always look out for you. We always will always. When I talked to Tariq this year, I was like, yeah, I know who that guy is. The guy from Queens and y'all niggas went off on, and I'm FBA. And I'll tell him my lineage. My lineage is from Alabama and Georgia. It's just Kawme doesn't understand our culture. Kwame's trying to bring everybody together, but Kawme isn't understanding that we tried. Black Americans tried. We did the dashiki. What do you think the dashikis was? What you think the kufi was? We was trying to be close to Africa, but at the end of the day, Africans knew that we wasn't African. You gotta watch the second video. Oh yeah, we're watching that. Yeah, we're watching that. Absolutely. Please send Will. Please send the title again. I'm sorry. Please send that title again, cause I don't want to go look through it. Look through my history. Let me see if I hold on. Give me a second. See if I can find it through my history.
What you talking about now? I'm talking about the.
And like, yo, let me say something. SV, yeah, Chicano, I got a lot of respect for Black Americans, for who fought and bled, so that other ethnicity groups could enjoy their civil rights. It is what it is. Thank you, yo. Thank you, SV. Honestly, yo, that means a lot. We're not trying to tell you to give out no tangibles and stuff like that. It's just we just want y'all to respect what we have done for America. Just in general, you know, it's even crazier now because they're trying to erase our history, you know. Hold on, Cody Road. It's just like people already are trying to erase our history because we have done great in this country. This country wouldn't be this country if it wasn't for us. Like, yo, we got 50,000 patents in America, and universal patents in America. Everybody stole our shit, and till this day, we're still trying to, recapture what was stolen from us. This is why we fight for reparations. It's like, yo, we've been disrespected for so long that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Shout out to Nick Machiavelli. Yo, we got your boy. Nick, we got your boy. Yeah, I'm making 170K. Yeah, yo, Nick Machiavelli, we got your boy. I'm going to say it again. We got Kawme on Tariq Nasheed Radio. Remember that good shit he was talking yesterday? Yeah, we got him. We got the video. We got the video. Yeah, it's shine time, baby. It's shine time. We got, hold on. We got 2 videos. Was it, I think E. Will sent us a video too, yeah? Shout out to E. Will. Yeah. E. Will sent us a video too. We're going to start in 10 minutes, everybody. I'm another one. Yeah, we got the video of Tariq Nasheed and Kawme. Shout out to King Flex and Kawme. Shout out to both. Oh, fuck no. Yeah, we got it. Shout out to both of them, because at the end of the day, they put out a good show, man. But I need to watch the... Oh, no, you're going to watch it on this right now. Yeah, we're going to watch it on this. Just before we do it, I need to do one thing. And just give me... I'll still talk to y'all, but just give me... Oh, yeah. I just need to tag a few things, and yeah, we're in business. Just before... Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. Yo, Kawme... like I said, Kawme did a good job, but Tariq Nasheed's a seasoned vet. Shout out to Kawme. We need to summon this brother. Yeah! Shout out to Kawme. Thanks, E. Will. Yeah, E. Will, he be on point, man. That's why I fuck with y'all hard body, man. It's just... All jokes aside, it's just... Where I live at, it's all Spanish people. I barely see Black Americans. So when I do go to Boston, I reconnect with everybody. But at the end of the day, Boston is so diverse. There could be Caribbeans, they could be Africans, they could be Cape Verdeans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Yeah. Boston is mad diverse, But when you go into the projects, those people are Black Americans, Yeah, it's just... I just got to put the tag out, Black Culture, Tariq Radio. Yeah, just... But yo, shout out for Kawme for even trying, man. Honestly, I would have never tried even if I didn't like Tariq Nasheed. Oh, jokes aside, I will challenge, what's his name? The Arab nigga. Nick Fuentes and, what's the other bitch ass nigga's name? Amuru. Myron. Bronzeman. I was there with MLK, Malcolm X. We own nothing here. So let me ask you a question. Did you give up on Malcolm X? Because you are OG Shabaka. And the thing about it, if anybody don't understand why I talk to Shabaka the way I talk to Shabaka's an OG. Shabaka has been in the military, If I'm right, Shabaka, please tell me if I'm right or wrong. Shabaka had I heard him on YouTube clips this morning. Yeah. Who? Kwame? Yo, Kwame's making big. You know what? Jersey Drive. We gotta big up Kwame. E Will, you are right. We gotta give credit. We gotta give props to Kwame because you know what? Kwame been popping up on people. We actually gotta yo, you are right, E Will. Kwame has been popping up on people. Kwame been doing what he's supposed to do as a Pan African. You know? And shout out to Kwame. You know? We can't hate on him. We can't be like, oh, yo, Pan Africanism and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he has to understand that y'all gonna have to rebuild Pan Africanism and y'all have to rebuild Pan Africanist relationships with Black Americans. You know? Yeah, he's tried. He tried. Yeah. That's why we watching both of those videos, you know? We gotta give good all jokes aside, we gotta give Kwame a grade. And this is why I told Kwame we need you on this show right now. I don't know what Kwame's doing right now. I don't know how Kwame's acting, but yo, he needs to be on this show. You said, yo, you packed out Tariq Nasheed. We're gonna rewatch the video because I had to update my video. But Kwame doesn't understand FBAs don't hate Africans. Yeah, I know. And this is why I told him he looks like a white supremacist. This is why I told Kwame if we would have never knew that you was Jamaican or a Pan-Africanist that lives in Queens if you didn't tell us. I'm telling you that Daniel. Yeah, I know that give me a second. The independent black voice. If you're talking about that, yeah, we're gonna watch it. We gotta give Kwame a grade, man, because at the end of the day, we do want him to get better, but especially with our conversations that we do be having on Bronze Reaper, because they can't say, oh yeah, it's juvenile or it's degenerate. Yeah, we get crazy and shit like that, but at the end of the day, we do talk like on point. Hell nah, he ain't packing out Tariq Nasheed's out actually. Tariq was being easy on her. Yeah, I know. It's just we still have to give him a grade. Jersey Drive, you gotta give him a grade on. We're gonna watch it, and I want you and everybody to give him a grade. Give him a grade. Yeah, that boy is smart. Yeah, Kwame's smart, but he needs to get better, man. With these wolves out here, these wolves and these vultures, he's not gonna last. He's not gonna last. One thing we're gonna talk about it. Kwame had all his notes running down. Yeah, you know why? Because he used those notes on me. He uses those notes when he talked to me. And I tell Kwame all the time. And when I talk to Kwame, I tell him all the time. I was like, yo, Kwame, this shit is not gonna work. I debunk his answers. I debunk his questions. He still to this day calls me African. And I tell Kwame all the time. I was like, yo, Kwame, when you face other people are not gonna be easy on you. They're gonna treat you like you're a white supremacist. Hold on. Yeah, they're gonna treat him like he's a white supremacist. First of all, they don't know who Kwame is. Second of all, nigga. Kwame, right now, let me tell you something right now, Kwame. Don't hide your evidence. Don't hide your identity. You're lit right now. You're lit right now. You have some type of audience. Why you think I use you as a talking point today? I want you to have followers. Only thing he was right about the blood stuff. Kinda, yeah. Until that dude came from Jamaica Queens. I've been watching you for a month now. It's interesting. Oh, thank you, man. I salute to you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, man, thank you. I appreciate that you watch me and stuff. I do like this right now. Like if you notice, I've been watching. I talked to y'all for like a whole hour and a half. Like Shabaka. Shabaka been on here forever. That's why I always salute Shabaka and salute to you, Saduk Abunu. Is that Egyptian? Commit? Is that a commit name? Yeah, I be like I said. I try to connect with everything. Is that commit your name? But thank you for watching me. Definitely. Let me see what Shabaka is. The new Ku Klux. We're not the new Ku Klux Klan because we don't hang or kill anybody. We just stay, we just be about our business. We stay on code. This is what you gotta understand, Shabaka. Once black people get their reparation, black people get their policies, this shit is good for you. If you want to go to Africa, you could go to Africa and build, but at the end of the day, you have a backup plan in America. And the reason why I say you got a black backup plan in America is because your people, your pan-Africanists, I want you to think about this. Your pan-Africanism and black Americans got on business where they got their reparations. So if you want to go to Africa, you could go to Africa. Kind of, sort of, kind of. It's really Swahili. Yo, mad Africans speak mad Swahili and just Africa, period. My mother did her genealogy, and most of her genetics is from Benin, Togo, and just Benin, Togo, and Senegal. I don't personally believe in that, the genealogy. But that's where my family's genealogy, my mother's genealogy is from. But the reason why I think it's not true because my great great grandmother is from Alaska. Yeah, she's from Alaska and Georgia. It's my genealogy name. Oh, okay. When I believe hardcore and Pan African. No, like I said, there's nothing wrong with Pan Africanism. Yes, I do debate y'all because this is the Bronze Reaper podcast. This is a Reaper show. This is a Grim Reaper show, like kind of a burnt Grim Reaper. You know why I call it Bronze Reaper? If you ever know what, you got to figure out what Benin is known for. Benin is known for a Bronze Reaper. I still support Africa, especially Benin. Benin is known for bronze. The mineral is bronze. That's why I said the Bronze Reaper. But I am FBA. I am a foundational black American. My genetics came from black America. But my genealogy came from Benin. What side of your FBA? Both. Both of my sides is FBA. My father's side is from Augusta, Georgia, St. Clair's, Georgia, and Savannah. My grandmother, who's from Savannah, she was Geechee. But her family reaches back to Alaska. Shabaka's calling you Ku Klux Klan is crazy. Yeah, I know. He don't understand what the Ku Klux Klan is. And he fought with fucking Martin Luther King. Nigga crazy. But, yeah. But, my mother's side is from plain Selma, Alabama. But that was, like, as everybody always said, that was Indian town, native town. Like, my family's really Seminoles. Like, this is why I always show y'all a picture of my great-grandparents. My great-grandparents look native. They don't look African. You know? And I appreciate Tariq Nasheed exposing how they feel about it. Yeah, you're supposed... The thing about it... Okay, this is the thing about Pan-Africanism. And I always say this all the time. They don't police their people. Y'all don't police... Pan-Africanism don't police Africa. They just let them talk crazy about black Americans. Yeah, Malcolm was a real pimp in Boston. I'm from Boston. He was a real pimp. He went to Shirley Prison. They just closed that shit down. They just closed it down, you know. And he had white women. Them white women didn't snitch on him. Like, you talking about FBA history? You don't even know. Who me? No, I know my history. Most of my family is native. You could just tell by how I look. You know, I'm not really dark. I'm mixed. My nose is like different. My eyes is different. But you know I'm black American. In Boston, they would think I'm Cape Verdean. I'm like, I'm not fucking Cape Verdean. And wanna hear something crazy? In the summertime, my skin turns bronze. It turns a burgundy color. I don't get dark. I turn burgundy. You know, Jamaica and Africa have some really smart people. But those countries suffer from brain drain, and that's why the country looks like that. They would rather be terrorists. Facts, facts. Will. And Limby. Yeah, most stuff. Yeah, real talk, Nick Machiavelli. You're right about that. Cape Verdeans and Boston, where they popping. Yeah, but most of those people don't like black people. Most of those people in Cape Verde, yeah, those CVOs and stuff like that, Cape Verdean outlaws and stuff. But yo, want to hear something crazy? They don't really fuck with black people, but they like Tupac and Bob Marley. Them niggas is crazy. Nobody, but don't nobody even know Cape Verdean people outside of Massachusetts. Yeah, yeah, real talk. But they're more African. Real talk. They got more of an African culture, African Portuguese culture. There's a dark side and light side. Like so, they do go through a colorism problem. And like real talk, all jokes aside, their women are beautiful. They're beautiful. They're women. Yeah. I used to fuck with mad Cape Verdean girls. Kwame isn't even here arguing. Yeah, cause he think he's gonna get embarrassed. Nah, we're not gonna embarrass Kwame. We would never do that to Kwame. This is what the thing with Kwame don't understand. Kwame, you did get packed out, but at the end of the day, we have to grade you today. We have to grade you on your audience. This is why I tell you, give me your number on your email. We will call you and we will listen of what happened. They don't claim Africa. They claim Portuguese. Yep, facts. Jersey. Jersey Drive. Just aside, they claim Portuguese. I remember, you want to hear something crazy? This Jamaican guy I used to hang out with at my old job, he flipped out on this Cape Verdean girl because she's like, you claim Portuguese, but them niggas enslaved you. She never came around, hung out with us ever. I bought Chinese food for all three of us. She never hung around us ever again. I was like, oh shit. I left pan-Africanism. I could never go back after what they said about us. I could never respect Africans again. They are sick for real. Tariq basically did what we've been telling him for a minute. Facts. Facts. Will. Facts. Saduku Anubu. If I said your name right, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. You're right, man. That's why I like I used to believe in the red, black, and green. Don't get it twisted. I believed in it too. And at the end of the day, I'm like, why are these niggas failing us? But when I started giving them my genealogy, saying, my family's from Benin because of my genealogy, that's when they wanted to fuck with me. And second of all, when you look good, that plays a part. Cause all my life I usually fuck with African women. I love African women. African, black women, Latino women, even Asian women. My baby mother's Asian, you know? My preference is Black American women. You know. Oh, Joseph said, I see Kwame has been making his rounds. Yeah, Kwame been doing it, getting busy. World best braider. Yeah, he's been getting busy. It's Sudoku. Okay, and no, Sudoku and Nubo. Sudoku and Nubo. Okay, Sudoku and Nubo. Sudoku and Nubo. Okay, Sudoku and Nubo. All right, I love my FBAs. Oh, them women are riders, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and I must spit game to all y'all, even foreigners. If you get yourself a foundational Black American woman, yo, them girls is gonna be down for you. You get a official tissue one, even your Caribbean women, your tether women. If y'all get yourself a Black American man, them niggas is gonna stay down there with you. Them men gonna love you. Where you think black love came from? Black love came from like, yo, we sticking down with you. Yeah, some of these people go through mother issues and stuff, but you gotta figure out how to pick the right one. When you pick the right one, them motherfuckers ain't gonna leave you. They deal with it and they'll try to fix the problem. You know why? Because this is what we're. This is why we are what we are. This is why we didn't run from America. We didn't run from America. Yeah. Stinking in my apartment. Yeah. I got one. I be telling her to leave me alone. She's crazy. Yeah. They down for you. Let me tell you something. Black American women, they down for you. All jokes aside. Like, and I'm telling you this, yo, my baby mother's Cambodian. And I will tell you, yo, Black American women will stick, be down there, Black American women deal with a lot of shit. I be looking at my daughter and stuff like that. My daughter know I'm like half crazy. And my daughter just be putting up with me. I'm like, yo, oh, that's her black side. You could tell. You know? Cambodians do it a little bit, but Black Americans, they'll just put up with everything. That's that black love. That's that Majara that Tariq she talks about. It's a more of a spiritual thing. Your spirituality helps your mental skills. That's that spiritual, you know. That's why they always tell you build up your spiritual before you build up your mental. Yes. It has always been like that. Super clean, smell good. Oh yeah. Oh my god, yo. Jersey Drive, you spitting game right now. You spitting game. Yeah, they wild as fuck. You wanna hear something crazy? I used to date this girl from Congo. Her grandfather was the president of Congo. Superficial. Most Africans are superficial, and I gotta be personally honest. They don't want flowers and chocolate, strawberries and candy, the heart candies for Valentine's. They want iPhones and iPhone earbuds and shit like that. I'm being personally honest with you. Jamaican, Caribbean one, girls wild too. Yeah. Oh, I could talk about that shit too. They're wild. They're good women too. Jamaican women are good women. But you gotta have them fall in love with you though. That's the thing. Jamaican women, you gotta have them fall. Even Haitian women, you gotta have them fall in love with you. You know, white women are like a microwave meal. FBA women are like a home cook. Facts. You know, I will say this about white women. I dated a white woman for 6 years because she was paying for everything I had. She was technically Jewish Canadian, you know. I gotta be brutally honest about white, because I have met great white people. So this is the thing. All right. When people talk crazy about black people, I have met. I'm a project kid. I'm from Jamaica Plain Projects. They call it Heat Street Projects. This is where all my family is from. This is where I'm from. I'm from the new side. There's an old side and new side. Most of my family is from Heat Street Projects. But at the end of the day, they mix in with Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, even some Somalians and whites. Everybody sleep with each other. I didn't even know, and I always said white women can't trust them. Nah, so when I got out the projects and I started fucking with white women, they're totally different. They'll get you locked up. I gotta be personally honest. Them bitches will get you locked up if you don't follow their rules. They want to be control of the relationship. You know, there's some white women that will, yeah, they'll put up with that shit. Tariq Nishi, who was the citizen from the Congo? I didn't say she was fucking ugly, Shabaka. As I said, I dated her. I dated her for 4 years. You know, her sister, her older sister, because her parents died. Her older sister, she's in Vermont. I'm gonna be personally honest. She's in Vermont right now. She's living a fucked up life right now, and the reason why she's living a fucked up life right now, because she thought she was gonna play me right now, because all her family's from Congo, but I was cheating on her anyways. And the reason why I was cheating on her anyways, I knew I couldn't trust her. Just because of the one thing that she did, you know? Just that one thing she did. Let me see what, well, yeah, they will call the police on you, cry, and go to jail. Go to jail, yeah. And no white woman, no white man. Yeah, you'll end up in the hospital, fucking her. Yeah, Nick Machiavelli. If y'all don't have a rando, all jokes aside, if y'all don't have a rando, you're fucked. Rando's a good guy. Rando is a father figure. Rando take care of his kids. Rando is a loving person. Other than that, y'all niggas is fucked. Y'all women are fucked. Y'all gonna end up dismembered. Nigga, did y'all hear what happened in fucking Norway? The Norway's, was it Prime Minister's son was out here sexually violating more than like 20 women or 10 women? Yeah. The fuck? He was taking the coochie. He didn't give a fuck. We gotta be honest about this shit, man. You know, this is why I fuck with y'all. I gotta be personally honest about you. And more honest about everything. Oh, let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my shirt. So when I used to live in Brighton, Massachusetts, this is when I used to live with all white women. And shout out to them, yo. They all treated me right. They were Irish, white women and stuff like that. They all treated me right. I'm gonna say this. I was walking on Washington Street in Brighton. I was going home and stuff. He was like, yo, you got a rollie? I was like, yo, you the cops or something? He's like, nah. He's like, yo, I got some weed. He's like, yo. I was like, oh, you do? He's like, yo, you sure you ain't the cops? He's like, no, I'm not the cops. He's like, yo, you want to smoke? I was like, yeah, I'll smoke with you. Yo, tell me why I found out this guy's name is Moses. He gave me this shirt. Yo, shout out to Moses. He gave me this shirt and support his brand and all this other stuff. Yo, when I get successful, I'm gonna go find Moses. He was a good guy to me. I'm gonna say that. Shabaka taught some sense. Yeah, Shabaka, cause you know why? Shabaka's an old school guy. He told me that he was walking with Martin Luther King. Machiavelli, yeah, he told me he was walking with Martin Luther King. White people got that Neanderthal. Yeah, most of them got that Neanderthal blood, but at the end of the day, it's just, yo, it's so crazy because when I talk, like sometimes, let me tell you something. When I talk about the right race, I have to think about what I gotta talk about. I'm good. Eating brains in the cave. Yo, so this is what people don't understand. Even with the Greeks, they didn't understand how to live. Like they were sleeping with farm animals. All jokes aside, they were sleeping with farm animals. They were having sex with their cousins. That's why when you see that Jesus Christ picture of that white guy doing this and shit like that and like this, his name is Caesar Borgia. Look him up. That's the real picture of Jesus Christ. That motherfucker was he was a serial killer that fell in love with his sister. He was, I think, Italian or something. Yeah. But Shabaka has to understand that, like, emotionally, you can't be tapped into this. You have to be logical. Definitely, you gotta be logical. Shout out to Rando. We were just talking about you, man. I said, yo, if you're not a rando, this is what I said, Rando. If you're not a type of rando, yo, most people are gonna be dismembered because, yo, you're genuine about who you are. So if people are not like you, Rando, like, yo, they're not gonna understand Black Americans, yo, because you actually you actually take time to know about Black Americans and why they do what they do. You don't put no emotion into anything. You figure out, like, why do these people talk like this? Why do they feel like this? Why do they fight for what they fight for? My Spanish. Shout out to SP. What's up, SP? He used to set people up and kill people. Who did? Neanderthals? Yeah, some did. Yeah, especially in the 1950s. We had the chick who killed Emmett Till. And she had a black son. That's the crazy part. Emmett Till, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Most of these women that are like racist, they like black men. Ann Coulter will talk crazy about a black man, but suck black penis all the time. Yeah, Caesar Borgia. Yeah, he was a fucking serial killer. Yeah, Caesar Borgia was a serial killer, but he fell in love with his sister. Yeah, But this is the stuff that we have to look out for, And the bitch was trying to lie. Yeah, absolutely. But it's 101 right now. That's a different person, Nick. He said that's a different person, nigga. But it's 101 right now. Yo, we're going to get into the video. We're going to rewatch the video of Kawme. Shout out to Kawme, but, yo, my nigga, you need to get a little bit more sharper. You did a good job, but you're not ready. Let's get busy, everyone.
Subscribe.
Revenue Shane. Hop on Revenue Shane. You were giving some Rodrigo. I don't want to hear from no Puerto Rican talent. Revenue.
What's going on, Tariq?
I'm good. Go ahead.
That's Kawme. Go on, Kawme. Shout out to Kawme because let me tell you something. One thing I like about Kawme tried. Kawme tried, but this shit's gonna go left, Kawme. And Kawme knew this shit was gonna go left. Just the way how he talks. He talked like he didn't understand what was going on, but Kawme knew. Kwame gets a 4 out of 10. Oh, hold on. Hey, yo, Jersey. Let's break this down. Hold on, before we even judge Kwame, let's break this down. And if you have something to say, I will stop it and just understand where y'all coming from. But let's break this down because this is our people. This is our person, Kwame. This is Brown Reaper's Kwame. And one thing we have to give him some type of benefit of the doubt of watching this. So Jersey, hold on, because Jersey, I'm gonna ask you why you gave him a 4 out of 10. So let's sit there and listen to Kwame. Yeah, Kwame was on here talking about gang. Yeah. So remember everything that Kwame said, but let's watch this, because Kwame was in the big leagues.
I wanted to know when you're gonna stop selling Ogun hoodies and the Ogun juice.
Never. I'm still selling them at
Yo,
ogunjuice.com.
hold on. I'm sorry. Before to stop this, yo, this picture is crazy. This picture is crazy. Tariq Nasheed, this thing about it, oh my God. Don't start talking about certain things that's gonna embarrass you and have this picture. Cause now we think Kwame look like this. So
I mean, if you delineated from Africa, why are you making money off Africa?
Does Ogun live in Africa?
It's a African deity.
oh, hold on.
But don't a deity?
SP, Caesar Borgia was from Italy. I think he was from Italy. He was like some type of Dutch or Duchess or some Dutch. So yeah, that's Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia is the picture of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was technically a black man.
He doesn't live in a geographical location, does he? A deity lives in the spirit realm, and that's everywhere, right?
But you have Majora.
Right. That's our inner spirit here. That's in us.
Mm-hmm.
That's an inner spirit within us
Is
exclusively.
Ogun a deity from Majora?
No, he's not. That's an international cosmic deity.
I see you got John Cano on the official FBA website,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a Caribbean and African holiday. But you don't.
No, it wasn't. It was also out there in North Carolina and South Carolina too. They were practicing out there in North Carolina, South Carolina too. So they
This is where Kwame be messing up at. He don't get the full information. This is always I always gotta tell about Kwame. Kwame, you don't get the full information. You gotta get the full information and see how you're gonna give the information out. If Kwame would have said like, yo, Caribbeans and Africans contribute to the Ogun, or Ogun came from Africa and black Americans contribute to it, Tariq Nasheed would have never said like, yo, nah, that's not right. He just keeps babbling. Yes, that's the thing. He keeps babbling, but Kwame has to be on point on what the shit that he has to say. It, like, again, I'm going to say it again. Kwame would have said like, yo, this shit came from Africa, but black Americans contribute to it. Won't you give Africans credit for it? That's all he could have to said. If he would have said that, he would have been good. He would have been good if he would have said that. But Kwame, this is what he said again. Was a swatch.
Cano on the official FBA website,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a Caribbean and African holiday. But you don't.
No, it wasn't. It was also out there in North Carolina and South Carolina too. They were
Facts.
practicing out there in North
There you
Carolina,
go.
South Carolina too. So they were doing it here.
But why you don't mention that on the FBA site?
Why should I?
I mean, that's kind of, you kind of give a half history about the holiday.
Well, how come y'all
But
don't
he's
mention
doing
it?
the
How come
same
you don't
thing.
create a site and mention it? Y'all don't mention it at all. Y'all don't mention it nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not trying to come. I'm just asking why you don't mention it like more like it's practiced across the whole diaspora, not just in America
Well, most people
also.
don't know about it at all. I'm talking about how it got popping over here and as it related to our freedom. So I don't want to have to just give a whole soliloquy of the shit. It's just not necessary. The point is already made.
Do you plan on doing?
So that's one topic right there. Kwame just ended. The thing about Kwame, we have to judge you on this. So don't think we're just trying to shit on you. You're our peoples. So just remember that. The thing where you messed up, Kwame, where you could have kept on going forward and forward and forward. I don't think anybody ever taught you that, but when you're debating somebody, you still, stretch the topic. Don't give up on that topic just yet. You just ask one or two questions. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 times to understand where a person's coming from. And sometimes you got to be open-minded to listening to people. What he just said, he was like, oh, yo, it's not just African culture. We have been doing this shit in America as well. Don't forget what you said, Kwame. We are African. But what did I say? We have been here for thousands of years. Yes. Thank you, Nick. You already knows. You got to push your point. Thank you, Nick Machiavelli. You have to push your point. If you don't push your point, it's a dead point. This is why I say, yo, this nigga ate your food. Sometimes you got to keep on going and going and going and going and going. Sometimes, Kwame, even with me, Kwame, you just give up and ask another question. And this is why I always tell you, Kwame, you're like, yo, you cannot just ask these certain questions and just do that. Kwame thinks he's all-knowing. Yes. Sometimes, yo, let me tell you how I come in here in this show. I come in here just trying to talk to y'all and trying to figure out where y'all coming from. Sometimes, yo, even with Tariq Nasheed, he's coming from where he's trying to, like, yo, where is Kwame coming from? And Kwame, you don't even give your real name. Kwame, you are a brand. Yo, after you came on my show, you're a brand. You are a brand. Kwame, we already hit almost 20,000 views. Almost 20,000 views within half of a year. I hit 16 when I hit April. So, Kwame, this is what I got to tell you. You are a brand now. If you're going to push the pan-Africanism, you got to have some type of plan or some type of talking points or some type of ideology. This is what Dr. Umar had to understand, because Dr. Umar has been here a lot longer than you have been. We can claim Kwame now. He didn't even use this. Yeah. Kwame, and this is why, yo, I have to put you out here, Kwame. You have to put your name out here, Kwame. Kwame. Let me tell you something. You will be a great leader for Pan-Africanism. Bring it. Put it this way. You have a chance of bringing Pan-Africanism and FBA together if you give up your alter ego. And shout out to LV. I know blacks. I'm FBA. Shout out to you, player. Definitely like and subscribe and share. So once you pop up here, we will salute you definitely. But thank you for even live chatting me, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, Kwame, yo, you got to get yourself out here like that. You got to put your whole name out here. You're a brand now. You get busy out here, Kwame, and at the end of the day, I don't think you know how powerful you are, Kwame. Gangs are retarded. Yeah. Mutual respect. Gangs are retarded. Drop the gang shit. Yeah, facts. Facts. Yeah, we don't. Shout out to Jersey Drive. He said he hit it on the point. We don't hate FBA. We don't hate African and Caribbeans. It's just at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for us right now. Because at the end of the day, we tried to do what was best for y'all and us, and it just wasn't working. Yes, we'll be better, stronger, but at the end of the day, you're not trying to, You're not trying to support reparations. Reparations, this is our number one goal right now. FBAs are our plans. See, Shabaka, let me ask you a question. Do you support reparations? If you support reparations, you're supposed to support FBA. If you don't support reparations, and I know this might be a trick question, yeah, we need to all the immigrants to push FBA reparations. Yes, that's the only way this is gonna work. Once we get reparation and policies, you Africans and the immigrants is good. We're gonna fight for you. Then after that, we could put the money towards you. We're gonna have money. We're gonna have benefits. It's just immigrants don't understand that shit. Immigrants don't give a fuck as long as they don't have the money. They don't want nobody else to have the money, and to get what we deserve. Yeah. Nick Machiavelli, they don't understand where what we get. If we get reparations, they get what they want. They get what they want, but they don't understand that. The Jamaican governor, yes, he fucked up. He's about to, they're about to send his ass down. They about to pack him out.
Doing it this year or next year?
Doing what this year?
John Canoe.
I've never done a John Canoe celebration. Never. Where'd you
Oh,
get that? I've never
so
done
you,
a John Canoe celebration.
so you don't plan on like celebrating in America?
I've never done a John Canoe celebration. I acknowledged how it was used during the holidays to distract slave owners so that we can get our freedom. They would have the John Canoe celebration to make a lot of noise and we would get our freedom. So I would relate it to our land of freedom, how we got freedom. I've never had a John Canoe celebration. Some of y'all got to get y'all lives right. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all be coming up with these bullshit ass talking points because y'all don't really have anything to discredit. So y'all just be coming up with anything. Where in the Caribbean is your family from, man?
What does it matter?
This is where he fucked up at. Again, just answer the questions. Kwame, one thing you gotta answer the question: immigrants, Inca, baby, all not political. Yes, facts. You're right about Jet Jersey Drive. They're in all our politics. But at the end of the day, they don't even know that they're being used by white supremacy. Not white people, white supremacy. Again, this is, you know why I fuck with, I'm going to tell y'all something. You know why I fuck with Randall? All jokes aside, I fuck with Randall because at the end of the day, Randall is genuine. Randall come from a genuine part where he has to understand, like, you know what, I don't want to talk too much about Randall's situation, but Randall, he understands black Americans because at the end of the day, he always say he has black children. He knows his children is going to be treated different just because where we live at. The way how life is already. He will be fine, but his kids, he always has to protect his kids. Even with me, I have to protect my kids. Yeah, my kids' mother's Cambodian, but at the end of the day, I have to protect my kids on understanding that, okay, you are black. Certain things you cannot do. Make FBA black Americans again. Yeah, facts, Levy. What's that? Lee Vel. Yeah, sometimes we have to do it. Even this is, I'm gonna say this. The voice I chose, cause I have love. I love my children's mother. I always love my children's mother. I'm not gonna even do that. Have I dated black Americans, women I love? Absolutely. Have I dated Caribbean women that I love? Absolutely. At the end of the day, my children's mother have kept me. She has done everything to keep me. But at the end of the day, we also have to understand that if you're a male, your children is black. You can't train them like they're white Americans. Rando has to, and this is what I'm gonna have to say. I hope I'm not overstepping Rando, but in Rando's case, he has to raise his kids like they're black. He has to raise them as their foundational black Americans. And the reason why, at the end of the day, they don't see Rando's kids as Rando see his kids. This is where I come in from. People don't see my kids as I see my kids. I see my kids as black Americans. This is why I always raise my kids to be black. I always tell my kids, yeah, your mother's Cambodian, your mother's Asian, but you are black. I have to say that. You know? I know I like to meet a Dominican. Those are come to Boston. You meet a lot of Dominicans. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. Put everyone on. Well, go to DR. Yeah. You could go to DR too. Haitian women are beautiful too. Oh my God, yeah, they got the best coochie. SP. Haitian women got good coochie, man. They got good coochie. I don't think you'll ever go back to a Mexican if you fuck with a Haitian. I'm gonna be personally honest with you, SP. Yes. I fucked with a lot of Haitian women. Oh, thank you, LV. Yo, shout out to you. Thank you, player. We are like them. God bless you when you show love. Yo, thank you. Definitely showing love. It's like I said, I appreciate it. Oh, we use a nepotism. Yeah, that's why I always tell people all the time. People talk about what's my man's name? LeBron James having his son play for his team. I was like, yo, it's nepotism. I was like, yo, nobody didn't say nothing about Kraft or Walmart or Target. Yeah, that shit's going to their kids. You know, so like, why are we talking about what LeBron James is doing? Oh, thank you, York. Thank you for popping back on. Does Boston still have them? Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely. That's how they make their money. Oh yeah, the duck tours, yeah, had training in Cambridge and hey yo, you know who's from Cambridge, right? Sasha Banks or Mercedes Monet. Mercedes Monet. Oh yeah, and also it's not Matt Damon, it's the other one. They're from Cambridge. But back in the days we used to call it Lanebridge. But yo, let me tell you how my mind is so projects. When I was walking through their projects, I thought it was a retirement home. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought it was a retirement home, but they get busy. They started fucking with people in the Cape Verdeans and Bolden Street. I will say that. We not like them. They've been winning with nepotism and Democrats pushing it. Yeah, facts, Jersey Drive. But at the end of the day, now this is our year. This is why I always tell y'all, this is our year. What they do, it ain't gonna matter. You know why? Because they're gonna look at us. So at the end of the day, use it to the best as you can. If you have to put a little bit more credit into it or a little bit more effort into it, do it. Fuck it. We have to.
Stop being ashamed of your lineage, bro.
I'm not ashamed of my
You're from
lineage,
the
but I just came
Caribbean.
in to ask some questions.
I'm asking questions too. You're from the Caribbean. What part of the Caribbean? The Bahamas or Jamaica?
I'm from Jamaica.
Right, I can hear it. Just say that. All right? There's nothing wrong
Go on,
with that.
Kawme.
I can hear your Jamaican accent. Now, what issues do you have with us delineating? Because that's what this really about. Don't ask me these bad faith questions. You just don't like that.
Yo, the funny thing about it, yo, Kwame, me, Nick, Machiavelli, Randall, this is the same thing that we argue over. And this is why I always tell Kwame, yo, you got to be careful. You can't argue over the same things with the same people. Now, Randall, am I right about this? Me, you, Machiavelli, who else? There's a few others that we argued about with Kwame, like, yo, Kwame, you can't use these talking points. Made it the final watch. Yeah. Yo, we argue about this all the time. Even with you, Shabaka. Let me tell you something, Shabaka. If you go on the Tariq Nasheed show, yo, instead of you trying to delineate and trying to get brownie points for other Caribbeans and Africans, you need to learn how to bring us together. I think this is where y'all lose at because you're not bringing us together. You should bring us together and try to bring a better relationship towards FBAs and Africans and Caribbeans.
That we delineated, do you?
No, I don't. I really don't care.
You do
I
care.
just,
You hear mad. You hear trying to concoct
Facts,
some
Nick.
type of gotcha. Ogun, you made money off some Ogun.
I was just the reason why I asked about Ogun because I thought it was, kind of interesting if you delineate from the rest of the black diaspora in the continent, how you able to sell Ogun juice in the Ogun hoodie.
Because I can. Because
So-
y'all don't own it. Y'all don't own Ogun. Y'all don't own that.
So I'm saying you shouldn't have no problem with Africans quote unquote cosplaying because you're kind of cosplaying the Yoruba tradition.
No, because Ogun is an ancient deity, and it doesn't really have a geographic location. Now, does it?
But it's not an FBA deity.
But is Ogun, is he living in a village musty right now? Where is Ogun now?
I mean, Ogun is part of the Yoruba tradition. It's not a
Okay.
part of the American tradition.
Okay, but y'all always say that we have some Yoruba in us, and I say, yeah, we have some African genealogy, so I can claim Ogun because I have African genealogy. So
This is where you fucked up, Kwame. This is why I always tell you, Kwame. I was like, yo, you gotta be careful what you say. And the reason why I always say he has to be careful what he say, because at the end of the day, we look at Kwame as a debater. We look at him as an escalante. And the reason why is because, yo, Kwame been doing this shit for months. Kwame been doing this 3-4 months. And Kwame has to understand, Kwame, you have to learn from your mistakes. He thought he was. Yeah. Kwame has to learn from his mistakes. Kwame's not learning from his mistakes, Machiavelli. If he learns from his mistakes, he can be a better person. At the end of the day, this is what I don't think Caribbeans and Africans understand. You're not going to win trying to debate black Americans. You're gonna win by trying to bring us together. We're like, okay, yo, what is your problem with FBAs? Okay, what is your problem with Caribbeans? If you could, yo, Shabaka, if you could bring us all together, even Tariq Nasheed, instead of being against him, try to work with him. Instead of saying he's an Asian, he's this, he's that. If he's an Asian, he's this and that, this will expose him. I'm giving you, and this is the crazy part. I'm giving you game right now. I'm giving you game that, like, yo, niggas ain't even supposed to be giving you. But I'm giving you a game where you could fix pan-Africanism and you can fix FBA. Hopefully you can take it.
So I can claim it, but you can't claim our stuff because you don't have FBA genealogy. See, that's the difference. I think that's the thing that burns y'all up. I can claim ancient Kemet. I can claim some of the great things that happened in Africa thousands of years ago, but you can't claim our
You
stuff.
don't
though.
have.
But don't you claim to be a Native American? So it's plenty of Native American deities you could make money off of.
When did I say I was a
Facts.
Native
Prairie sellers.
American?
I mean, I got
I
you.
heard you plenty of times say that
I
Black
got you,
Americans are
Evo. Don't
native
worry. You
to
good.
America.
I'll be right
They are
back.
indigenous
Majority,
to.
you said
They,
majority of Black
you better
Americans is
listen.
native.
They are indigenous to the United States. What did I
Oh,
just say right now? I said we are indigenous to the United States.
okay, indigenous. So you should find some indigenous deities where you can make money off of instead of the
I do.
people you
I do.
delineated from.
Everything we've done is indigenous here that we make money off of. Our music is indigenous to foundational Black Americans that y'all come over and cosplay as. Our foods are indigenous to foundational Black Americans. So we always come up with indigenous things to foundational Black Americans that we create and y'all come over and kind of leech off of. So we do that all the time, right?
But isn't selling African deity leeching off Africa? You could find an indigenous deity to leech off of.
No. So is Ogun, is he going to complain?
I'm saying if the Yoruba people complain, if the
No,
Yoruba
how they
people,
complaining? And they don't have no Ogun juice. Where's their Ogun juice? Am I taking Ogun juice money out of their little musty pockets? Huh? They
I'm
don't have
saying,
none.
I'm saying if
But no,
they,
they don't have none. They don't have none. So they
I think if they, I think if they were selling 50 cent shirts or some, some Black American shirt, I think you would have a problem with that if
well
they
then
was making
everybody
money.
well if everybody has a problem with some of the scams that they run over there. They make money off all types of scams. So we don't want to go there. You want to talk about who makes money scamming and you want to talk about West Africa? You don't really want to go there, all right? Because they come over and just scam left and right. They make scams, make money off scamming nursing degrees. They make money scamming doctor degrees. They make money scamming college diplomas, the whole shebang. So, yeah, you don't really want to get into the scamming. I ain't doing that. At least I'm giving homage to an ancient deity without
Uh,
having to scam anybody. And also, they talked about Ogun over here in the Caribbean, well, in the Western Hemisphere in the Caribbean. So again, Ogun was everywhere. So it wasn't just over there in Africa.
so,
Ogun is
so
all over the place,
so when you
right?
say, yeah, well, when you say you delineate, what exactly do you mean by that? Does that include the culture, or that's just like, what do you mean when you say
The
delineation?
lineage we mean we're acknowledging our lineage. That's it. We're acknowledging our unique foundational Black American lineage. We are not continental Africans. That's what we mean.
So if that's all it is, why come with the slander, and the
Stop.
propaganda?
Stop, because nobody slanders people more than you tethers. Y'all bring y'all asses over here, and for decades, y'all ate off of our civil rights struggles. Y'all ate off our political gains, and y'all would come over here and get
So
behind closed
Stokely
doors.
Carmichael
Hold
ate
on,
off.
don't. Man, did you bring? Okay, hold on. Did you bring? Say something about Stokely Carmichael. Let's go there. Say what? What'd you say? Say it again.
Are you saying
Say it
Stokely?
again.
Did you say?
Say it
Are
again.
you trying to say Stokely
Because I'm about to
Carmichael?
go there. Let's go there. Say it again. Say Stokely. Say it again. Because I'm about to go there. Because y'all love bringing up Stokely Carmichael. Say it again.
Are you saying Stokely Carmichael ate off Black Americans?
I'm going to say this. When shit got hot, Stokely Carmichael got the out of here, didn't he?
Okay,
Uh,
what does
uh,
that
uh,
mean?
do we need to go there? Do we really need to go there? Because I like Stokely Carmichael, but Michael, what y'all ate off of our civil rights struggles. Y'all ate bring
Again,
lineage. We are not continental Africans. That's what we mean.
so if that's all it is, why come with the slander, and the
Stop.
propaganda?
Stop, because nobody slanders people more than you tethers. Y'all bring y'all asses over here, and for decades, y'all ate off of our civil rights struggles. Y'all ate off our political gains, and y'all would come over here and get
So
behind closed
Stokely
doors.
Carmichael
Hold
ate
on,
off.
don't. Man, did you bring? Okay, hold on. Did you bring? Say something about Stokely.
How many times? How many times I told him to stop talking about Stokely Carmichael? I let Kwame get away with that shit at least a good 6 or 7 times. But I warned him. I was like, yo, don't do that Stokely Carmichael shit. The last episode, I told Kwame, I was like, yo, he's a grifter. He went from helping old people to vote to Black Panthers to Pan-Africanism. I told him about that. I was like, yo, that shit is not gonna work in this world. Don't use that. And he still used it, and this is what happened.
Stokely Carmichael, let's go there. Say what? What'd you say?
Yeah,
Say
he
it
uses
again.
Are you saying
Machiavelli. He uses this shit all the time with me, and I told him all the time. I was like, yo, that shit doesn't work. Stokely Carmichael didn't do that as much as you think he did.
Say it
Stokely?
again.
Did you say?
Say it again.
Are you trying to say Stokely
I'm about to
Carmichael?
go there. Let's go there. Say it again. Say Stokely. Say it again. Because I'm about to go there. Because y'all love bringing up Stokely Carmichael. Say it again.
Fact.
Are you saying Stokely Carmichael ate off Black Americans?
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. When shit got hot, Stokely Carmichael got the out of here, didn't he?
Hold on. I'm gonna say it. Stokely Carmichael gripped off of Black Americans. He got lit off of because of Black Americans. He didn't get lit off of his own culture. He really didn't. Yeah, we know, Nick. You're his arch nemesis. You are Kwame's arch nemesis. But Kwame's wrong about that shit. Stokely Carmichael was lit because of Black Americans. It always has been that. The black culture is what's it.
Okay, what does that mean?
Do we need to go there? Do we really need to go there? Because I like Stokely Carmichael, but let's keep it a beam. When shit got hot, Stokely put them flip-flops on and got the hell on up out of here. All right?
But did he
So
not fight?
Y'all stop bringing up Stokely like it's a flex, all right? Respect to Stokely, he did some great things. But when the shit got hot, them flip-flops got to flipping.
Hell yeah.
All right? He got the hell up out of here. A lot of us still stayed here and stood on business. He got the hell on. All right? So let's not bring up Stokely Carmichael all the time like.
This is what Kwame fucks up at. And yo, in the audience, we know Kwame. The guy who's talking, that's Kwame. That's our brethren. But he's wrong. Fight back, Kwame. Fight back. Yeah, go on, Nick. Yo, we know Kwame. That's Kwame. That's our brethren. But at the end of the day, Kwame, you got to get the business. We told you, yo, we've been telling you for months. I was like, yo, you got to be ready when you do shit like this. You got to be a seasoned vet. Yeah, you're Pan-African, but at the end of the day, you got, yo, as a Pan-African, you got to be 3 times stronger than most people. And the reason why, because Pan-Africanism failed Black America. They have failed Black America. And I'm going to say it. They failed Black Americans.
Like that's some kind of flex.
Uh,
It ain't the flex y'all think it is.
Brother,
You
all
understand?
all I'm saying is if you could just slander the Caribbean and Africa.
Slander who? Who's slandered? Slandered how? Who are you? Who's being slandered?
I'm saying you slander the Caribbean and Africa
No,
all
I
day.
don't. No, I don't. I've never slandered anybody.
You slander the Caribbean and Africa every
No, I
day
don't. No, I don't. No, I
and
don't.
undermine them and then make.
No, I don't. I don't slander nobody, and I'm cool with Caribbeans. I go to the Caribbean all the time. I don't slander anybody. I check people for disrespecting us. The days of y'all disrespecting us after you eat off us, those days are over. You will get the business, but I don't slander anybody.
Who is undermining Black Americans?
You tethers,
Like give us some examples. 'Cause
Obama, Kamala Harris, Sheila Jackson Lee, Wes Moore, all of these people getting into political positions and f***ing us over and messing up our money. Oh no, yeah, I'm telling you, you wanted names, I'm giving you names. All right, don't talk over me. I'm giving you names. Half the damn Congressional Black Caucus full of damn tethers who do nothing but undermine us. The list goes on and on.
But according to your
You don't do the to you guys. We don't go over there to Jamaica messing up your reparations claims or getting your tax dollars and funneling to us and all of that. We don't do that.
Is Westmore a
Facts.
FBA?
No, he's a tether. He's a Caribbean tether like you.
Uh,
He's a tether. He ain't FBA.
well, according to your own website, officialfba.com, you said to be a FBA, you must have at least one parent that's a
And
foundational Black American.
he has some lineage. I don't even believe that, to be honest. I don't believe that.
His
He's
family fought.
Kwame's right about that, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. Was you raised as a Black American? You can be Black and be raised as a Caribbean. You know? Kwame's right, but at the end of the day, I have to debunk that. The reason why I have to debunk that because at the end of the day, Kwame's wrong. You can't use that as a talking point. It's like my kids. My kids is half Cambodian. Shout out to Triple B1. If my kids aren't raised Black, then who am I? Who are they to talk for Black Americans? It's just it is what it is. They can't talk for Black Americans if they develop the other race. You know? Oh, hold up. Nick Machiavelli, he gets into that. Hold up.
In the Revolutionary War.
I don't believe that. I don't. Tethers be lying. I don't believe that.
You don't gotta believe it's evidence.
No, ain't no
It's a
evidence.
fact.
Tethers just be saying shit.
So are you now changing the definition of what an FBA is now?
But Tethers be lying. Tethers be lying about their damn lineage.
Brother, he's a part of the Sons of the Revolutionary War, so he can't be lying.
Tethers be lying. Because he loves bigging up his Caribbean and his immigrant status, and he loves to do a lot of stuff for fellow immigrants.
Remember I put out the evidence where I told him Westmore was a Caribbean, and Kwame was like, no, he's a Black American. I was like, no, Kwame, he got Jamaican heritage. Kwame's like, no, he's a Black American. We looked it up. I was right. This is why Kwame has to be careful. Kwame, you're going to look crazy. And this is just me. You're going to look crazy doing this. Hey, shout out to Grim Green. Also, like us. Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe and also comment into the information booth where, you know, you can also keep up with this stuff because we do other shows, but definitely like and subscribe and comment and hit the live chat, you know. And I do answer, so don't think I don't answer. But yeah. Kwame, yo, you gotta get better, man. You did good, but you gotta get better.
And he should not be a representative of us.
So you have no.
First of all, I don't. First of all, I don't really believe him because of the contempt he have for our lineage. Second, let's say he is half FBA. He still shouldn't be our representative. And we even talk about that on the website. We don't need people with dual allegiances being in authoritative positions representing us because they're going to be conflicted, sir. And that's the problem. Just like with Native American tribes. In order to be a chief of a Native American tribe, many people, both of your lineages had to go back to a certain bloodline. Because people with dual allegiances, they would split the difference. They would do things to kind of undermine one part of the bloodline. So yeah.
So
acts like a funky tether. So
what separate Westmore from Malcolm X?
Malcolm X was a rider for us. Malcolm X stood up for the foundational Black American community. His dad was a foundational Black American. So y'all try to find somebody who is half FBA, but you got to look at what they've done historically and how did they ride for the community. He rode for the Black community over here. He was a rider under the tutelage of foundational Black American Elijah Muhammad. So put everything in context.
But he died a Pan-African. So I see you got a lot of problem with Pan-African. So
Oh,
The,
You
the,
got a
no,
problem with
don't do that, Kwame.
Pan-Africanists. Nobody has more of a problem with Pan-Africans than Caribbeans and Africans. Y'all can't stand Pan-Africanism, and let's not play games. You Jamaican, y'all couldn't stand Marcus Garvey. All right, don't talk about we don't like Pan-Africanism. Y'all couldn't stand Marcus Garvey, and Marcus Garvey told y'all weren't shit. That's why he went over to Britain and died. He said y'all ain't shit over there in Jamaica. When he went back to Jamaica after he got exiled from here, he ran for office, and your folks elected a white man over him. So yeah, don't tell me nothing about no Pan-Africanism. Y'all are the least Pan-African people on the planet. Y'all don't give a shit.
Facts. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Yo, this is what we've been telling. Yo, Nick, how many times we told Kwame is like, yo, you gotta get better, man. You have to get better when you do debates instead of, because you. Let me tell you what it just comes off as, and I'm gonna be personally honest. It comes off as Pan Africanism, and these tethers are divisive. When you call us divisive, you're more divisive than us. We're just trying to fix our problem. You're just being divisive because you can't tether off of us. Like, let's be personally on. They let white political parties orchestrate a hit on. Yeah, facts. You're right about that. You're right. Absolutely. Shout out to Nick. Tariq don't have to flee because he is doing not but hate. Nah, that's not even true, Shabaka. Listen to the whole podcast before you
Shit
rate
about
those
Africa
things.
or the Caribbean. Y'all only care about fleeing over here under us to get what we done fought for. Let's be real.
fleeing under. I think Caribbeans had done some of the most amazing things in America for Black
Like what?
Americans.
Like what?
I mean, we could from Marcus Garvey all the way on up.
Marcus Garvey only got popping because of us. It wasn't nothing to do with the damn Caribbean. He failed in the Caribbean.
Even Denmark VC, he came from the islands too. He fought.
I told Kwame that.
Now,
He fought.
nobody knows where he really came from. And Denmark Vesey was a rider for over here.
Okay, so you're separating a rider from a tether now.
You just saying shit right now. You fishing for bullshit. Stop and talk right. You just saying shit. You argue like
All the way on up. Yeah, yo, Kwame, don't fold. This is where I always tell you don't fold. This just shows you how strong you really are. Never fold. Don't get emotional and say, oh, this is how you feel. No. You keep on giving him facts. Oh, shout out to 5 Point Star. Yo, we haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to you. What's going on, brother? Stop stutterer. Yeah, Kwame's stuttering a little bit. Bloods, FBA gangs, now Caribbean. Yeah, facts. But that's you 5 Point Stars. That's Kwame. The guy who's talking right now is Kwame. That's our Kwame. That's our Bronze Reaper Kwame. Yes. Yeah, that's him. Pan-African Kwame, that's our Kwame. Yeah, been busy, man. Yeah, but remember Kwame who used to be on here with the Kuta Kente name? That's our Kwame. That's our Kwame who be dealing with us. I am not Kwame. No, 5 Point Star. That guy who's talking on here, who we usually talk to, Kwame, Matutu or something like that, that's our Kwame. 5 Point Star, I have talking to you before. I'm talking about Kwame Shabaka. Kwame Shabaka, that's our Kwame. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's him talking. That's him talking to Tariq Nasheed. Yeah, that's our Kwame. Yeah, 5 Point Star, that's our Kwame. And I remember how many times I told Kwame, yeah, stop doing that. Yeah, I remember him. I got chat. Yeah, that's all Kwame. Yeah, I told Kwame stop saying those talking points. And he actually did it to Tariq Nasheed, and Tariq Nasheed just debunked everything. I've been told him that. I was like, Tariq Nasheed is a seasoned vet. I was like, you can't talk to him like you talk to like us. And even with us, it doesn't work. Oh, I got you.
My lady be arguing. Come on, stop that. I ain't
Nah, I'm
gonna
not. I'm trying to find answers because
argue with no nigga like he a bitch. Now, no, he ain't doing that. Stop that. All right? We ain't doing that. We ain't getting into no goddamn. I don't do semantics with no fucking man. But listen, y'all over there, y'all don't give a shit about no Pan-Africanism. Y'all care about getting the hell up out of there and getting where the protection is, and that's up under us. Right?
I think we came and fought with y'all, so I don't understand the constant
Where?
hate now.
Where?
You're
Where?
right,
Where?
5 point
Where
style.
did you fight with us?
In New York,
Where in New York?
but are you aware how the blood started in New York?
What?
Are you aware how the blood started in New York?
What that the does the blood started out here in California, where
I'm
I'm from.
talking.
Facts,
I said in New
Nick.
York. I'm not talking about California. I'm talking about New York.
What the hell does that got to do with what does that got to do with anything? The blood's in New York. Well, what does that got to do with it?
Yeah, well, the Hispanics was oppressing the black people in New York, and the Caribbeans and the African Americans came together to form an alliance against the Hispanics. So when you say we've been fighting against y'all, I'm kind of clueless and lost about that. We have several neighborhoods that we live in harmony. We live good together. So when you say
Facts.
undermine and all this crazy, I'm
No,
kind of lost.
hold on. I'm not talking about everybody.
Nick, how many times I told him stop doing that? Nick, I've been telling him stop doing those type of talking points. He doesn't listen. Bro, the conversation is going. Yes. Nick, this shit's about to go left because I've been told Kwame about this situation. When I first met Kwame and I didn't know Kwame was black or even a Pan African, it went left. I had to ask Kwame, where are you from? He told me Africa. Was it? Hey, was it Nigeria? He told me some shit, but he's from Jamaica. The shit went left. But I ended up being his friend because that's my dude. Kwame's my dude. All of y'all are my dudes, but Kwame, I just got into it with Kwame. Then after that, we just became friends after that. He always tries to send me information and stuff, and I always have to debunk it. And sometimes he's right. Yeah, and beat up Haitians for the right for the spirits and energy from FBA. If it were, Yo, 5 point stop. I'm gonna say this, and I said this before. I just said this probably like 10, 15 minutes ago. The Africans and Caribbeans will be doing fine if they supported reparations. If they didn't have no ands and buts about it, if they just supported our reparations, we will be fighting for the deportations. But at the end of the day, they don't want to fight for our they didn't want to fight for our reparations. So you know what they did? They manipulated the situation and made their life even harder when they asked us for help. So they deserve everything that they get.
I'm not saying everybody's doing that. I'm not saying everybody's doing that. When I fought with, now that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Collectively, y'all haven't fought with us doing nothing. You talking about the Bloods? Bloods got started in L.A. by two dudes, Tam and Puddin.
But we're all.
So I don't know what the fuck.
But our strong when you say having our strongholds is
I'll
only
be
New
back.
York and Florida and the East Coast. We're not.
Dude, you really want to know what you brought collectively. I ain't talking about one or two people. No. Collectively, y'all came over here and brought the damn shower posse that was terrorizing black communities. Yeah, I mean, if you really want to go there, yeah, if you want to talk, yeah, you don't want to go there, brother. You don't want to really brought to the table collectively. Let me get my brother Ty in here. Yeah, we're gonna talk tonight. Ty, what's up, brother? Brother Ty Powell.
Yeah, what's going on, Flex?
Brother, how are you?
All right, brother. How old is this kid right here? Revenue share. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that now. So you were born in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. The Bloods was started in the late 90s.
the
For
early
you know,
the early
yeah,
'90s.
late. Because I'm 48. That shit didn't come to after 97 to New
You're right. 5 point star. Kwame is Jamaican. Um, Haitians got. I don't know what you're talking about. With that one. Uh, Caribbeans forgot their FBAs in Harlem. Yes, Harlem is known for the mecca of Black Americans. Um, so Bloods in New York started from FBA's facts. But at the end of the day, we ran down on Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. It wasn't that. It wasn't like these niggas was just terrorizing us and shit like that. Kwame's trying to make it seem like that. Yo, these Haitians were terror. I mean, these Latinos were terrorizing us. It was even like that. You know, they only did that to people who wasn't even like criminals. So like we gotta debunk that shit right there. I don't want nobody on my channel thinking that like, oh yeah, I mean black people were just like sitting there getting beat the fuck up. It was never like that.
York.
It got started in
After,
'93.
yeah, one person started it when I was 16 years old, but it didn't catch on until like 97, 98. After Biggie died, that's when Brooklyn went flaming red. Because I used to go to Clinton Hill. My grandmother
Facts.
lived in Clinton Hill, right on Washington.
Okay, basically Best Star.
Yeah, okay. Well, Clinton Hill's right above Bed-Stuy. Watch.
Go on, Kwame. Do your thing. Tell them you're New York. That's why I asked Kwame. I asked him a question. Queens get the what? Kwame knew. Queens. If you're from Queens, they always say Queens get the money. So Kwame knew all that. So Kwame is from Queens. Kwame is from Queens. I can't say he's not from Queens. So Kwame is older than me. In the gang or supporting the making money off you going to jail. Facts, Nick. You're right about that. Oh yeah.
Washington runs right into Fulton Street.
Yeah.
So yeah, so all that blood stuff, late 90s. So yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about as
Right.
far as
So
yeah.
are you saying that the black people in New York didn't come together to fight the oppression of the Hispanics?
What blood?
Yeah, it was full 5 point star. It was fully FBA. He posted another of him 10 hours ago. Oh yeah, no, we gotta watch. We got one more to watch. And shout out to you, Karel Mitchell. Definitely hit the share button, subscribe. Oh yeah, subscribe definitely. It'll help the algorithm and my channel. So definitely subscribe, man, so you can keep up on our content. Kwame's usually on here. So Kwame's usually on here. So yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, shout out to Prodigy. Yeah, he was from Queens. Yeah, shout out to Prodigy, man. And the real 50 Cent. He used to rob people. He robbed Rakim and LL Cool J. The real 50. So shout out to them in Queens too. Queens get the money. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, they were all FBA and stuff like that. He posted another. We got it. We got it. It's where Black Voices or something. I forgot who sent that to us. Shout out to Shabaka. Shabaka's getting crazy right now. Oh, already did. Oh yeah. Oh thanks. Oh thanks, man. I didn't see if you popped up because we wanted to give you. If you pop up, we usually give you shout outs and stuff. But you probably already popped up probably months ago. Thank you for the subscription for us, and thanks again. Let's get back into it.
black people fought the Hispanics. We outnumber them 6-1, even today. In the 90s, it was even stronger.
So how
How?
did the Nieta and the Lion King started oppressing black people there in
Ooh,
New
come
York?
on, Kwame.
How are they oppressing black people? Their numbers are so small. It's
Brother,
microscopic.
that's documented
If you
history.
go, okay, here's the thing. If we're talking prison, Comstock, Attica, Fishkill. I was just up in Fishkill about 2 weeks ago. Clinton,
Ooh.
all those prisons would crush the Hispanics today. They would crush them. If they
Yeah,
stopped
you're
being
talking about
Crips,
now. I'm talking
Bloods,
about the early '90s.
it was even better then. The Latin Kings, they took that from the Mexicans in Chicago. Well, there was no Mexicans even today in New York and New Jersey. But they took that gang, they created the Latin Kings. The Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans just got together because they were tired of taking their commissary and beating the fuck out of them.
Yeah, the five
So, but
percenters.
yeah, the 5%ers, the Muslims, the Crips, the Bloods, the regular Black Americans, whatever you want to call them, they outnumber the Hispanics even today 5-1.
You're
They
talking
outnumber even today. They outnumber them 5-1.
what you're talking about now. I'm talking about the early '90s. They definitely did oppress. That's documented.
When?
Who,
How did they oppress them?
who they oppress black
How?
they
Who
oppress?
told you this? Who
What
told you that?
what you mean, brother? I'm
How
from New
was it?
York.
How was it? Man, I'm from Jersey. How is where? That means absolutely nothing. I grew up in
But
New
you're
York
from
in the '80s and '90s and 2000.
Jersey and New York is two different worlds, brother.
Ooh,
Okay,
okay,
it's right next to
Kwame.
each other, brother. Come on now. They're right next to each other.
Okay, Kwame, yo. Kwame ain't going down out without a fight. There you go, Kwame. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Kwame. Yeah, he doesn't get what oppression is. Yeah, that's where he fucked up at, was the oppression. But other than that, when he said like, yo, I'm from New York. Kwame is right, because gang politics is different from New York and New Jersey. Kwame is right about that. So now that's why Tariq Nasheed, he didn't talk on it, because he only could talk about very little of it. This is why when the guy said, "Oh yeah, I'm from New York," oh yeah, this let me blah blah blah, woo woo woo. Shout out to Double Edge Logic. Those Brooklyn Haitians didn't play no games with. Warlocks. Shout out to you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know New York politics. I'm from Boston. But shout out to you. Hey, yo, like and subscribe, and also share and hit that sub button. All right. Definitely it will help with my algorithm. But yeah, only thing I know about Haitians is Haitian women got good coochie. That's it. I'm gonna be personally honest. Yeah, Haitian women got good pussy.
Yeah, but the politics and the demographics is different from
Get what
Jersey. Where you from? Newark or Jersey City or
Oh, okay,
Patterson?
okay. I get what you mean now. Shout out to Double Edge Logic. My
Yeah,
fault.
yeah.
It's
I'm from outside of Philly. Philly. I'm from Willingboro. Outside of all my family's from Brooklyn and Philly. That's all I knew for the first 20 years of my life. That's all I knew. Brooklyn and Philly. That's it. Everything in Jersey's right in the middle. It's not that far from each other.
but
People that get locked up in Jersey, they go to Rikers. People that fuck around in New York, people that fuck around in Brooklyn, people that fuck around, everybody fuck around. So everybody is going to be locked up in the same places.
well, I don't want to get too deep because I could be speaking about things I shouldn't be speaking on, but just know the Bloods got started because
Yeah, there you go, Kwame. Yo, Kwame. This is why we fuck with Kwame. Yo, salute to Kwame, man. I gotta be personally honest. Salute to Kwame. Kwame, you doing your thing. You're losing, but you're doing your thing. You're losing. Chill shit. The PRN. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Kwame's doing his thing. Kwame's doing his thing. He's not talking on what he don't know. So it doesn't make him look like an asshole. Salute to Kwame. Talk on what you do know, not what you don't know.
The Hispanics in New York was oppressing the black people.
They
After they
weren't
came together,
oppressing them.
That ain't
They
true.
weren't oppressing them. That's not true.
you could
They weren't
ask
oppressing them.
anybody. You could ask anybody in their 40s, 50s, or 60s. They would tell you this is a fact that was going on in New York.
Oppressing them. They were,
Yes,
dude. The blacks in the 80s and 90s outnumbered them 4-1.
you're
They only
talking.
formed the
You're talking.
Latins because the blacks were killing them.
You're talking about 5%ers. 5% was
5% is
was loose.
Muslims. Listen. I know what you're trying to say, but blacks outnumber Hispanics even today in New York,
Facts.
like 2-3-1.
I
Because you got
doubt.
to think, even the Trinitarios are black. The Dominicans, they're black. So I mean, you got to think, man. The blacks outnumber Hispanics damn near everywhere.
So yeah, hold on. Yeah, revenue. They were probably oppressing y'all black immigrants. They weren't doing shit like that to no foundational black Americans. They probably had y'all immigrants shook. Y'all Caribbeans, they were probably on your bumper.
Actually, it was the Caribbean.
It was what? Go ahead. Go ahead. It's probably a double mute, brother. Double mute.
Actually, it was actually the Caribbeans that started the war with the Hispanics. It was the Black Lions that started the war with the Hispanics because they started stabbing the Hispanics, and that's how the alliance started forming.
Well, that's the
Okay, yeah, the
y'all.
Jamaicans and Haitians. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so some things between you guys. Yeah, and shout out to and thank you, Ty. Yeah, shout out to the Caribbeans for stepping to them. But yeah, the Hispanics, they were kind of battling you Caribbeans, and that battle comes from the Caribbean.
I'm gonna say this. Yo, this is a weird situation. All right, because I think you got. This is what I'm gonna say. Uh, Kwame, I think you got Tariq Nasheed, so it caused the problem with the. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 5 point star. Did they cause the problem with Black America? I mean, with Puerto Ricans and the Latinos, or this is where the shit gets funny because we don't get the full story. You only get the story that them niggas was fighting. All those motherfuckers was fighting, but it still goes left. So we need more information. Hold on.
Caribbean.
Brother, do you know what Black Americans? Well, the 5% used to call the Hispanics. They used to call them Germans. So
I
the
know.
war really started.
How many times I told Kwame that? I was like, yo, the Latinos were called, the Puerto Ricans in New York were called Germans. They used to run around with Nazi flags and all that other neo-Nazi bullshit. I used to tell Kwame that shit all the time, and Kwame said I was fucking lying. Kwame told me I was lying. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know nothing about New York. I was like, Kwame, I lived in Soho for 2 years. I lived in the rich area, but I used to go to Yonkers to get my weed. I wouldn't go to Brownsville because them niggas is too shady for me. You know, damn. Did Kwame get that one? Yeah, I think Kwame at least got most of it. He will. But the thing about it, this is where shit goes left. This is why we have to. This guy is from New Jersey. He knows shit about New York. Now let's listen. Let's listen to the other
with
people.
them first, and then they moved. The Hispanics moved on to the Caribbeans
Do
because
they?
they lumped all of us up and said, "Well, y'all all black, even if y'all not 5%."
Hold on, slow down, because
Cap. This is where he's capping at. The Irish told the Puerto Ricans that they wasn't black. They say, oh, yo, y'all niggas too. That's when they started fucking with black Americans. I'm going to be personally honest. This is when they started fucking with black Americans because the Irish told them that, yo, y'all niggas ain't black. Y'all are Morenos too. Y'all Cocolos too. Y'all niggas too. That's when that shit came. That's where Kwame fucked up at.
I just did a movie about hip hop in the 70s and I talked about it. I know they used to call them Germans. They used to be on the Puerto Ricans bumper. Wasn't no Puerto Ricans stomping down on no FBAs ever.
Never.
That was never the case. They weren't stomping down on no damn FBAs. Do you think, man, we foundational black Americans, we didn't fought everybody. We didn't went up against the damn National Guard. You think some tight jeans and penny loafers is gonna do something to us? Really? Huh?
Flex, I'm telling you what's a fact. I'm not
Man,
telling you my opinion.
you ain't telling me no damn fact. Yeah, they were getting at y'all Caribbeans, just like they do in the Caribbean. It's like the Dominicans be on the Haitians bumper. That y'all brought that same little energy over here, that same battle over here. But yeah, they weren't with us. Don't say that. They were not rocking with us.
Yeah, yes, it was, brother. I'm telling you, it's a fact. They had to
What?
start the blood alliance and started a whole new fraction to go to deal with the oppression.
That's Cap Shabaka. Where you think you got the name Cocolos and Morenos at? And the Blacks? Where you think you got that shit from? We never had They always had problems with black Americans. We never really had problems with Latinos. We was the ones that's telling them that they had Africans in their blood, and they're like, "Oh no, I'm not no black. I'm no black." Then we look at their Iblela, and Iblela is darker than us.
Nah, they
This is
weren't
a fact.
stepping to no damn
Hey,
F.
hey, you could bring anybody up from New York that's in your chat that's in their 50s that's familiar with the streets. They would tell you this is a fact that was going on.
Because I do know a lot of brothers from New York in their 50s, and they like, hell no, the Puerto Ricans weren't running nothing. They'll tell you. I know for a fact.
Chico
I
Colorados.
know. I know a lot of New York dudes. I would go to New York in the early 90s. The Puerto Ricans weren't smashing
Shout
down
out
on no
to
FBAs at all. They'd
Sadu
get the
Berry.
business.
The
Shout
Latin
out to
Kings
you,
was
player.
running the jails. They were smashing Black Americans and the Caribbeans. I'm
Yeah,
not excluding anybody. This is a fact.
dude. Yeah,
It came to hills where people grandmothers getting cut on vision floors, and that's when people had to come together and fight against the Hispanics. So when you say we've been hating on Black Americans, I'm kind of confused. We live in Brooklyn together, we
hold,
live in Queens
hold,
together, we live in the Bronx together. So
hold on. Okay. What's
who are you, clown ass?
okay? Okay. He left. Okay, I
Oh
wanted him to come
shit.
back. Okay.
Yeah, bring the
Oh shit. Queens get the money. This is all I'm gonna say. Queens get the money.
clown ass back.
And,
Bring that clown ass back.
yeah, they were smashing down on Caribbeans, dude. So yeah, don't act like
It was the Caribbeans that saved the day, the Black Lions. They saved the day.
you were saving your because y'all were getting smashed down.
Nah, they saved the Yanks day.
They
They
weren't.
saved the Yankee day.
Kwame fucked up now. Look at Kwame fucked up.
I'm from Queens. I'm from Jamaica, Queens.
Okay, okay, dude, you keep hopping in and hopping out, dude. Okay, I'm trying to let the dude in.
Oh,
Tell him to
Kwame
fix his
fucked
Obama
up.
phone.
And hopping out.
Oh, yeah, that's Kwame.
Let me
That's Kwame. Yeah, it's Kwame. We love you, Kwame, but we know that shit's you. Go on, Kwame. Hey, you gotta get busy. Kwame, get stamped Bronze Reaper. Your stamp Bronze Reaper member. Wait, I gotta take this back. Cause Kwame says he doesn't hate FBAs, and this nigga definitely be hate. Yeah, no, you're right. You don't gotta go back. You're right about that shit. But this shit's about to go left for E. William right now. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
let me get Ani Asaru with. Let me get Ani Asaru. Brother Ani, hop on in, brother. Ani Asaru, hop on in.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, he don't got the facts straight. And shout out to the room. Black Lions and the Zoles, they actually formulated because the immigrants were isolated in the prisons more than the Black Americans.
Right.
Brother, you're not even from New
So
York. I can hear it in your voice.
UBN, United Blood Nation that formed with the Black Lions because it wasn't organized. So that's all I wanted to say.
There you go. There you go.
So what did I say that he disagreed with?
Basically, the whole premise is on some bullshit. All right.
Nah, he didn't disagree with anything. He said the Black Lions and the Zoes and the Black Americans came together.
All right, going fishing. You in here?
Yeah, he is right now. Now he's going back to
What's up, going fishing?
LA, I think, in a few days. He's doing
Going fishing. What's up?
Tariq Nasheed got a new project coming out, actually. Double Edge Logic. Yeah, he got a new project coming out. So yeah, keep an eye out, look on that, so we can judge that too. And if it's good or not, we always say, yeah, that shit's trash. Or if it's real good, it's like, yo, this is another classic that he has.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's happening?
Okay. I'm from New York. Okay.
Probably, I think you're
And
right.
during that time, everybody was separate. Okay. Now, yes, they did form. They did form because the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans, I guess they must have thought they had their numbers up, and they tried to take over the prison system, and everybody just formed up. And these was Black Americans. Now, I don't know too much about the Caribbeans because they were isolated, like the last person said. And they tried to take over Rikers Island, and the brothers fought back, and they gained control back of Rikers Island. They
How
tried to
many
do it
how many
twice.
how many times
They tried
was
to
in the
do it
Blood
twice.
Alliance?
They tried to do it twice. So I don't know what you was talking about with this. We was all together because y'all was still on this Yankee nonsense. We wasn't.
He literally just said the Zoes, the Black Lions, and the Bloods came together. So I don't understand what you're talking about. Maybe you're ill informed.
I'm not ill-informed about anything.
What
I know
part are you
more about
from?
this history than you do. Don't worry about where I'm from.
Oh,
Salute.
okay then. You
I'm
probably not
from
even
here.
from New York.
I am from. Can't you hear the way I'm speaking? You know I'm from New
You
York.
probably from Jersey or Mount Vernon. I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway, they tried to take over Rikers, and the brothers wasn't having it. They got their butts kicked because I know somebody that was in there around the time that it happened, and it
How
happened
many
around 90.
how
It
many
happened around 92 and 93.
how many Caribbeans was a part of the Bloods? Do you know?
I don't know
When the
about that.
early
I don't know
stages?
about that. I don't know about that time, but I do know that it was a lot of brothers that was in there from this soil that was in there that was holding it down.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying that they came together and they fought the oppression.
Facts, they are tribal.
I don't know where you getting your information from. Yo, Tyreek, I could talk to this from here on out, man.
Oh,
Yo, listen,
shit.
I'm from
This is where the shit goes left. I'm gonna be personally honest. It's gonna be go left because both of these niggas is from Queens.
South Jamaica, Queens, my nigga. Born and raised, man. 80s, baby. Talk about it. We've been running these
Oh.
out of here way before blood, man. And how the fuck could you be from Queens and you could be saying this shit? You the fuck. This is. You letting me down. Are you from Queens? Where you from?
I'm from the north.
Oh no!
Nigga, you from? You're not even from South Jamaica. Nigga. You're not even from South Side.
Oh,
I heard you earlier say you from Jamaica.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yo, this shit just went left. Watch, hold on, what's this? Where you from? Hey, yo, Kwame, where you from?
This is. You letting me down. Are you from Queens? Where you from?
I'm from the north.
Oh no! We thought he was from the yo, Kwame, we gotta clown you a little bit. All right. Oh shit, Kwame got caught up. I'm sorry. Hey yo, Kwame, we're gonna clown you a little bit. Every time we see you, go like, yo, hey yo, Kwame, where you from? Oh my god. Yo, Kwame. We thought you was from Queens. We thought you was from 50 Cent, Queens. Oh shit, Kwame. You know, every time I see you, I was like, yo, where you from? Oh shit.
Saying this shit. You the fuck. This is. You letting me down. Are you from Queens? Where you from?
I'm from the north.
Nigga, you from, so you're not from South Jamaica, nigga. You're not even from South Side. I heard you earlier say you from Jamaica.
Is the north not Jamaica, Queens?
No, it's not. You know we don't respect that shit. You know it's South Side of nothing, and you know that.
I don't care about no south side, bro. I told you.
Yes, you do. Come on, cut it out. Got here. We've been running them at every school. Andrew Jackson, August Martin, John Adams, 202, 210, 226. What the
shit.
you talking about? We've been doing this shit.
Shit, hold on. What'd you say, homie? Tell us
that
what
shit.
you said again.
Is the north not Jamaica, Queens?
Again.
No, it's not.
Shit.
You know we don't respect that shit. You know it's South Side of nothing, and you know that.
Respect us?
I don't care about no south side.
Hold on. Tell them why them niggas, why you don't respect us in North Queens? Why y'all don't respect us in North Queens?
Bro, I told you.
Yes, you do. Come on, cut it out. Got here. We've been running them at every school. Andrew Jackson, August Martin, John Adams, 202, 210, 226. What the you talking about? We've been doing this shit.
Oh, that's why y'all don't respect us from North Queens? This is why you don't respect me from North Queens? This is what we doing now? Oh my God! He can't hear. Oh, shit. Yo, Kawme, that's why they don't respect us from North Queens anymore? Come on, man. Oh my God, yo, Kawme, I thought you was from South Queens. I thought you were from the real Queens that get the money. Yo, Kawme, I'm trolling you right now, but my nigga. Oh my God, yo. Yo, my man just went off on you, bro. You can't let that shit slide. Hold on, let's see what this nigga said again, Kawme, because don't let that shit slide,
I know south side, bro. I told you.
Yes, you do. Come on, cut it out. Got here. We've been running them at every school. Andrew Jackson, August Martin, John Adams, 202, 210, 226. What the you talking about? We've been doing this shit.
Shine time,
It's
man.
been LF to death, nigga. It's been LF to death. Supreme team. You talking about? Come on. When the real New York up here, nigga, you to the north side.
Yo, E. Williams said he got ran out of South Queens. Oh shit. Yo, Kawme, don't let this nigga slide through, Kawme. Yo. I'm sorry. Yo, Kawme, don't let this nigga slide on you, Kawme. Hold up. Let's see if this nigga Kawme let him slide on him. Hold on, let's see.
Brother, we
Where
not
you from, Hollis? Where you from, Hollis, nigga?
I'm not from Hollis.
Where you from? You from Cambridge Heights?
I'm
You from Laurelton?
I'm for farmers.
Farmers, you know we don't respect that shit. You up here talking shit for Queens?
Don't do my man like
outta
that.
here.
Come on, man.
You know that shit. South Jamaica or nothing,
Where you from in South?
South Jamaica or nothing. Rockaway is something. Rockaway is something. You know what it is, nigga.
Don't do my mans like that. Come on.
Come on, nigga, cut it out. The Bloods, we've been doing shit before the homies.
So
Cut it out, nigga.
You telling me the blood?
You just coming outside.
You
just coming outside.
Oh,
You
so
just coming outside.
What am I lying
nigga.
about?
I've been doing this.
What am I lying about?
You lying about all this shit.
So Hispanic wasn't
Fuck outta
oppressing
here,
black
nigga. You got
people.
this
Nah.
little up here on this stage. Come on, man. You hit me on the back. If you wanna know the real history, you up here talking bullshit. You from the north,
Wait. You don't gotta yell, King. You don't gotta yell. We can have a nice civil
nigga
conversation.
talking about?
Yo, you don't gotta yell, King. Yo, my nigga's really from the north. Yo, Kawme, don't let that nigga do you like that. Come on, Kawme. Yeah. My nigga Kawme went, my niggas went most deaf on niggas. Oh, shit. He said, dog. Yo, we're not laughing at Kawme. We laughing at the situation, everybody. Kwame's our peoples, but, we gotta laugh at the situation. Yo, Kawme just went Mahatma Gandhi on niggas right now. Yo, my nigga went Mahatma Gandhi. Yo, real fast. Oh shit. Yo, this is what I always do. yo, Kwame, you got my heart hurting, bro, right now. Yo, that shit is crazy, Kwame. Oh shit. Yo, hold up. Oh my god, my head, half of my head is starting right now. Oh my god. Yo, Kwame. You are bugging, my nigga. Hold on, let's do that one more time. We gotta rewind this shit. Hold up. One more for the babies, man. What is this? One more for the babies.
Up here, nigga. You to the north side, nigga?
Brother, we
Where you
not
from,
talking.
Hollis? Where you
Nah,
from, Hollis, nigga?
I'm not from
Where you
Hollis.
from?
I'm from
Where the fuck you
Farmers.
from? Canberra Heights?
I'm
You
from
from
Farmers.
Laurelton?
I'm from Farmers.
Farmers? You know you don't respect that shit. You up here talking shit for Queens, nigga? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You
I'm
know
talking-
that shit.
Where
Stop
you
Jamaica
from?
or nothing,
Where you
nigga.
from in the
Stop
South?
Jamaica or nothing.
Where you from in the-
Rockaway is something.
shit.
Rockaway is something, nigga. You know what it is, nigga. Left to death, nigga. It's been that, nigga.
Shit.
Come on, nigga, cut it out. The Bloods,
Oh my god.
we've been doing shit before the
Hold on,
homies.
hold on. These are your leaders. This gang going. Yo, this nigga Shabaka's trying to defend Kwame. Yo, Kwame, that's your nigga right there. Yo, that's A1 Day 1 right there, Shabaka. Yo, yo, Shabaka, come on, man. You already know what's the deal, my nigga. Yo. Shabaka, yo, Kwame can't come out here lying, Jamaican, faking the fucking queens, man. You gotta be serious about that shit. Yeah, why you think I always say, yo, I'm from Jamaica, yo, my family's from Jamaica Plain, so I'm technically, I was raised in Jamaica Plain, Dorchester, Roxbury. But I was raised more in Jamaica Plain. I have seen the crazy shit. But you can't just go out here like, yo, I'm from Queens. And Queens is mad big. If you go to JP, they're going to ask you, what side are you from? New side or old side? You be like, nigga, I'll be telling, yo, I'm from the new side. The reason why I have to say I'm from the new side, because niggas broke, the buildings what I used to live in, they broke it down. It used to be bigger than you. It used to look like Marcy Projects. Where you from? Caribbean. You going 5 points now. Yo, it's shine time. It's shine time. This is the shit this is what we was waiting for.
So
Cut it out, nigga.
You telling me the blood?
You just coming outside.
You telling
You
me
just coming outside. You
So
just coming outside.
what am I lying
nigga.
about?
I've been doing this.
What am I lying about?
This is the shit.
You
we're
lying about
talking
all this shit.
So Hispanic wasn't
Fuck out of
oppressing
here,
black
nigga. You
people
got
on
this
the
little
island?
up here on this
Nigga, you
stage.
can't
Come
talk
on, man. Hit me on the
No,
back
it wasn't.
channel. If you wanna know the real history, you up here talking bullshit. You from the north, nigga?
Shout out to
You
40
don't gotta yell,
projects.
King. You don't gotta yell. We can have a nice
Fuck
civil
this nigga
conversation.
talking about.
You don't gotta yell, King.
Stupid the fuck Lion Kings and the Yetas. Nigga, we been running them out and the Jamaicans ain't never get no respect amongst the homies. That's why all y'all turn Crips.
Oh.
Out of here. The Caribbeans, all y'all turn Crips. All y'all you talking about.
So you saying the Black Lions ain't put in work on the
Nigga, fuck
Hispanic?
outta here, nigga.
Shit, he just exposed the Caribbean people. Yo, listen to what this nigga said. He just exposed the Caribbeans. Watch this.
And the Jamaicans ain't never get no respect amongst the homies. That's why all y'all turn Crips. Out of here. The Caribbeans, all y'all turn Crips. All y'all you talking about.
So you saying the Black Lions ain't put in work on the
Nigga,
Hispanic?
fuck out of here. R.I.P. Robo Just.
Oh,
I run with the best of these. The fuck you talking about? Free trade bags.
Oh my
R.I.P.
God.
So you don't know about the
fucking
black?
crazy,
You
nigga?
don't know about the Black Lions?
Oh,
You
man.
talking about? You lying? You a black lion? You talking about?
Oh
The
shit.
black lion? You black and you lying? Out of here!
You blood, but you from a Crip side. Make it make sense.
Come over here with that bullshit. You know about my side. Like I said, Rockaway is something. You know what the fuck it is. Don't come on the stage talking.
Them niggas will tell on you. Nah, Africans will tell on you. Especially the niggas who clean niggas shit. Yeah. Who be cleaning people's shit? Yeah, they'll tell on you real fast like this. Quick, fast, Ricky Bobby. Africans go more respect through. Africans do not tell. No, Africans tell, my man. Oh yeah, they tell. You fuck around and find out. Yeah. They tell. Especially if they want to get their cousin into the job. Yeah, Yo, my nigga Kwame, man. Yo, he held his own. I'ma say this: Kwame held his own. Kwame got busy, but yeah, Kwame. I'ma be personally honest. Tariq Nasheed exposed you. And he put this little fake ass little Jamaican blood on this picture right here. Yo, you look crazy right now. This nigga is basically calling you a nerdy ass blood. This shit is crazy, Kwame. Why would this motherfucker put this picture of you like this? We all, and the thing about, we all know Kwame. Kwame's the nigga. Yo, Kwame's the people's. Kwame gets busy. Yeah, that's
And then thing, it was a thing to do with board. You talking about?
Just bored but getting oppressed.
No oppression amongst the hamburgers, nigga. The Germans.
Nigga called up
stupid nigga.
hamburgers. Oh shit.
You trying to crack? You might be a crack. Where the you from the 90s, nigga?
You don't know no history, King.
Got here. The history.
You need to wear
7 crowns. 7 crowns, nigga.
You need to wear
Queens,
crib
nigga.
niggas from
The fucking
142
7
and
crowns.
You
The 7 crowns. I'm from Queens, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga?
You from the bricks. You should be worried
Fuck
about the
outta
crib
here,
niggas
nigga.
across the bridge.
Out here. Hey, yo, Tyreek, I can't do this shit all night, but keep these niggas off your they this lane. Bring these real New York up here, nigga. Real FBA out of here.
So the blood got started because,
shit.
boy, you sound like a goofy. You don't know nothing.
Yo, I'm out, man.
Oh, Kwame
I'm out,
still
man. I'm
going
dropping
at
down,
it.
man.
Shout out to Kwame. Kwame didn't back down. Kwame said, you sound like a goofy. Oh, shit. Yeah, go, Kwame. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, Kwame. But niggas is right, Kwame. You can't be talking about queen shit and you're not even a queen's act. You just wasn't out here like that, Kwame. Niggas say you from the north. Oh, shit.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. So there
Oh,
you go.
shit,
So,
yo.
that's what I said. Some of the OG New York dudes, they gonna disagree because I know what
Yeah, he came up here yelling and he don't know nothing about
you
nothing.
know. Because I know I ain't even from there, and I know that weren't no Latinos
He started yelling. He don't know that he said.
oppressing no FBAs. I know that they weren't doing that.
Oh,
They
shit.
weren't doing that. Come on, brother. Yeah, and the Bloods and Crips, dude. I know the people who started the Bloods
you
out
can't
here
do
in
it
LA.
no more.
Yeah, I know I knew T. Rogers passed, and I helped pay for that man's funeral. And I know the people who started the shit for real. So yeah, brother, come on now.
Oh, shit. Damn, Kwame. Hey, Kwame held his own, man. 165 in Jamaica Ave. We ran that side. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, OG. Go and do your thing, OG Barry. Go on, OG Barry. You know when I see you now, every time I see you on here, I'm going to call you OG Barry. Shabbat Jamaica Queen, was it Jamaica and Caribbeans trying to put... Yo, 5 signs going ham now. Yo, this video, that video, Yo, shout out to Kwame. Hey, yo, Kwame, you knew we had to put this out here, man. Yo, you did your thing. Oh, my God. Yo, Kwame, you the man. Yo, and at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. People who's in the Bronze Reaper podcast, yo, we got to support Kwame when he starts his channel. We got to hear the crazy shit that Kwame says. Kwame is 100%. No, he ain't, but, yo, we got to support Kwame's channel because, yo, definitely that shit was entertaining. Love FBA all day. Salute OG Barry. But we got to support Kwame. We got all jokes aside. Even though nigga crashed out on Kwame. Yo, that's why I say, yo, the shit's gonna go left. Somebody's from Queens is gonna pop up there. I'm gonna say this. Tariq was barely born with the Bloods. No, but you gotta understand. Tariq knew she was born in Alabama, moved to Detroit, then moved to LA. But don't forget, Tariq Nasheed was paying for these people's funerals. He was supporting these people. He was putting programs in LA. This is why they love him in LA. That's why when niggas ran up on Bucci Bear, oh, the Mexicans and stuff like that. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed talks about Mexicans, but he support Mexicans. He gives them niggas jobs. You know? And he don't even talk about them bad. He just tell the conquistador niggas that like, yo, you shouldn't be talking about black Americans when your shit's all fucked up. Yeah, facts. Facts, he was raised there. But like I said, he put money in niggas' pockets and he helped people when niggas couldn't pay for funerals and stuff. Tariq Nasheed was doing that. It wasn't drug dealers and stuff like that. It was Tariq Nasheed in LA. So we can't sit here and like, this is why I always tell people all the time, we can't fully bash Tariq Nasheed because he does what he's supposed to do. He said he knew the one who, yeah, OG, what's his name? OG, was it OG Blood or something like that? The dude with the French braids? Yeah. That's the nigga right there who started the Blood Nation. I even know him, yeah. He got busy. He's the reason why they was started, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, niggas was getting busy, but at the end of the day, he knew, like, yo, what was it? Distractions, 40%. Yeah. Yo, we was having a good time. OG Berry, we was having a good time. Even if it's a distraction, we had a good time laughing. Oh, my God. Yo, my heart stopped for like 3-4 seconds. Yo, I had a good time. 5% my African brother. No, pan-Africanism is CIA, brother. We already picked up on that show, and y'all went crazy on me at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, yelling at me, talking about, oh yeah, this is false. Who is fucking 19 Keys and stuff like that? FBA should be respected. Yeah, absolutely. You know we got good Google, right? Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're going to do one more video. I forgot who gave this to me. Was this E-Will or SP? But we're going to do one more video, and we're going to call it the night, because we actually doing great time.
You should be there. Where are you at?
What's up, King?
What's going on, Kawme? What's going on, brother?
Is that our brother, Is that our brother, Kawme? Shout out to Kawme. Kawme, I'm going to say this. Kawme just made history. Kwame is the first person to have his own show on the Bronze Reaper channel. Yes. Kwame, you're the first brother. And I'm going to call you brother. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're Jamaican, but you're the first person to have their own show on the Bronze Reaper. First topic channel on the Bronze Reaper podcast. Like, let's start this shit over. Yo, salute to Kwame.
Where are you at?
What's up, King?
What's going on, Kawme? What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I see you a little confused about the Dred Scott decision, the 14th Amendment. The Dred Scott decision was 1857, and the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868. Prior to the 14th Amendment, no black, no Negro or African was whether free or enslaved could be a citizen of the United States of America or within a jurisdiction. So I don't know exactly what you was confused
Well, there wouldn't be
about.
the United States of America. They wouldn't be a citizen then, of course not. But there's still active slavery going on in this government.
Yeah, whether in the North or South, you couldn't be a citizen of the United States.
There was slavery in the North. There was slavery in the North.
No, there was 11 free. There was 11 free states. It was 11 states that wasn't slaveholder states.
Nah, there was slavery in the South, in the North, Kwame. Damn, Kwame, what are you doing? Kwame, I'm giving you your own... Kwame, I'm giving you your own topic, brother. You can't be doing this, Kwame.
11 states that were not state slave. No, but listen to what I'm saying here. You're going to mention out of 50 states, well, let's say 48.
No, it was
states.
30. It was about 36 to 24, something like that. 11 was slaveholding states. 11 was not slaveholding states.
13 colonies were there was 13
Shout out
colonies.
to E. Will.
We're talking about 1857.
What am I,
so
okay, we're going to states. We're going to okay, I got you. So 11 and 11. So that's an even split. Now with those states that were not slave-holding states, did they not also allow slavery to go on in those states? Was slavery banned in those states?
Yeah, at the time of the Dred Scott, yeah. That's why when Frederick Douglass escaped slavery, he went to the North. He was no longer a slave.
Out here in Oregon, they still actually allowed slavery.
Well, that the United States wasn't in Oregon at the time. We're talking about
Yes,
mainly the Midwest.
Oregon is established. Oregon is the 33rd state of the Union.
I just told you 11 at the time. It was 11 free
13
states
colonies.
and 11 slaveholding states.
Right.
Yeah, or
I think Kwame was talking about the 13 colonies. Kwame, you gotta be on point with this. This is one thing I always tell you, Kwame. You gotta be on point. And I don't tell you this to clown you. You just gotta be on point when you talk to these type of people. You could tell this motherfucker this is all he does is study this stuff. You can't fuck around, Kwame. Tariq is on. No, we're not on Tariq Nasheed right now. We're on this guy right now. Yeah. Yo, E. Will is just like, he has to be on point. Every state did slavery. Facts. Just about facts. But Kwame has to be on point when he debates these people. Shout out to Kwame, but you gotta be on point.
Oregon wasn't a part of that.
Okay. So there was slavery in New York. And again, Byron Barnes says regardless, it says subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So at the point of, when you're talking subjection of the jurisdiction, what jurisdiction is Dred Scott under? Now, I understand you're saying they're not granted citizenship, so of course they couldn't vote. But does that make him an immigrant?
What is stateless?
Stateless does not make you an immigrant.
Okay, so what does stateless mean then?
Could have been colony.
That's not my question. Was he an immigrant?
According to the Supreme Court decision, yeah. He wasn't a citizen.
Where did he immigrate from? Where did he immigrate from?
I just showed you the transcript from Africa.
He was brought here from Africa.
Yeah.
Well, his people would be brought here from Africa. Because by the time he got here, he wouldn't be able to be brought from Africa. Slavery was already, there were no ships coming here then.
But he's a descendant.
Right, a descendant of a slave. So meaning he was now listen, he was a descendant.
OG, bro.
Yes, but listen to what I'm telling you. He is not an immigrant. He is a product of this land. Now, whether he's regarded as a citizen by the United States government at the particular time, he definitely was not. But then again, what land are we? Where are we at? We're in America. He's not a damn immigrant. Him not being recognized, and as well as other Black Americans, well, freedmen, not being recognized in this country has been the long-term struggle of Black Americans in this country, getting the due rights that Black Americans are due from being part of this land. So I get what you're saying. Well, at the time, the white man wasn't really acknowledging him. But does that change the fact that he's not an
white
immigrant?
man.
No.
Just the law. It was the law of the land. You couldn't be a citizen if you was a free Negro.
It's
or
their law.
a slave.
It's the law based and founded and rooted in white supremacy. So yes, it's the white man.
I mean, that's the law of the land. That's his laws. He
It's the law of white supremacy. I get it. It's the law of white supremacy.
Black people established America.
Pan-Africanists don't touch. What'd you say?
I said black people didn't establish America or the Constitution, so I'm just going off the law of the land.
Right. And I understand that you have the law of the land, which does in nowhere does it refer to Dred Scott as being an immigrant.
Well, if you read the Dred Scott decision, it clearly outlined that he's a stateless, whether free or enslaved, he was stateless.
Stateless
So-
doesn't make him an immigrant. You do understand that, right?
Okay, so what's the definition of stateless then?
Stateless, you do not belong as a citizen to any territory. Now, that person being on that territory either came there or either is naturally from there. Regardless of how they look at you, because there's hundreds of millions of people born on American soil who were regarded as non-citizens. They were regarded as property. Where were they from? Did they immigrate here, or were they generations being regenerated in this country?
Well, technically, they immigrated here from Africa, whether they were slaves or freemen.
How? How do you immigrate here as a slave?
They shackle you on a boat, and they bring you here on a ship.
And that's what you call immigration?
I mean, I'm understanding what the Dred Scott decision was. He was a man that escaped slavery, that went to the north, and he was dragged back to slavery, and he tried to free for his status to be free. And the court decided that a free Negro or enslaved could not be a citizen of the United States of America. So he could not sue. He could not sue the United States of America.
Right.
Because-
that is a way of
he
a
was a
good
stateless-
old-fashioned American hypocrisy.
That he was a
But
stateless
understand
immigrant.
this: it does not change the status or the fact that he did not immigrate here. No slave coming here slaves are conquered individuals. Being shackled and put on a slave ship is nowhere near, I'm going to leave my land and go to this country. These people didn't know they were immigrating in.
Shout out to Sonic Boom TV. Hey man, this is content. We gotta be personally honest about this. So definitely, content is content, and as long as he's not lying or not telling the truth, this is what we care about. What's going on, Del Monte Green Bean? Dude sounds stupid. He does. That's our Kawme. Del Monte, that's our Kawme. That's our Pan-African Kawme. He doesn't believe what he's... Yeah, that's our Kawme. We did a whole episode on Kawme. We did a whole topic show on Kawme. Hold on. We did 2 shows on Kawme. Yeah, he was on the Tariq Nasheed podcast. Yeah, Kawme did his thing, but he needs to get better. Didn't realize this was Kwame's our people. Sonic Boom, Kwame's our people, but it's shine time. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna let me tell you something. If we're gonna talk about Kawme, we're gonna sharpen his skills. This is what you need to understand, Sonic Boom. This is our channel. This is Kwame's channel as well. He needs to sharpen his skills when he goes into these debates. If he's going to talk about Pan-Africanism and stuff like that, he needs to bring Black American and Pan-Africanism together. He needs to fix Pan-Africanism. This is why we do shows like this, Sonic Boom. We don't do this to demonize him or make him look crazy. No. When we talk about Kawme, we do this so he can get better. So when he gets out here and do debates with Tariq Nasheed, what's his name? Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines. When he do these topics, he's good. He's good. And you know who we gonna say? Oh yeah, who we knew? We knew Kawme. PayPal. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I still don't know how to set up this PayPal. That's why I do the Venmo and the Cash App. You know, I do the Cash App just, it's a little bit easier, but when I figure out how to do the Cash App, the PayPal, I'll definitely do it. That's cool and all, but we aren't immigrants. Yeah, but Kwame is an immigrant. Kwame is Jamaican. But at the end of the day, he's one of our brethren, and we don't believe what he believes in. But at the end of the day, we're gonna support him to the end. But we're gonna tell him that he's wrong. Yeah, that's Kwame. That's Kwame. The Kwame what's that? Matt Ramin. That's Kwame Del Monte. That's the one who you was debating last time. That's Pan-African Kwame. Okay. I'll try to set up a Cash App account. Then set up. Hey, yo, let me know how you do it, and definitely it'll help me. Thanks, 5-star.
Anywhere. They were took and stolen. Being stolen is different than being immigrated willfully, sir. And there is no immigration beyond your will. That's called kidnapping. So without, I know my brother Church of Black Power wants to chime in on this. So brother, you got it.
Thank you for having me back up, family. I didn't think I would have to do this today. You know, you already
Please
been
do.
cooking. I needed to get you an apron because you was already handling the kitchen. My whole thing is this. This is the problem with a lot of you Pan-Africans, and I really don't like the fact that you guys keep trying to change this narrative. The Dred Scott case, and I am a law student, so you're not going to sit here and talk around me. And just like you wasn't talking around our brother here. So I'm going to let you know right off the verse, the Dred Scott decision had nothing to do with citizenship. And if it did have anything to do with citizenship, then the 1/3, excuse me, what is it? So 1/8 rule or whatever, excuse me, I'm spacing a little bit because you got a little.
Oh, 3/5.
3/5, thank you. The 3/5 decision directly affected the situations of the plantation owners because of the fact that what? They were able to use those 3/5 as representation. You can't have representation without citizenship. That's one. Number two, the Dred Scott decision, as my brother so elegantly put already, it had everything to do with whether or not Nabisco had the right.
I'm gonna say this, yo, Kwame. Definitely, when you debate these people, you need to take down notes. There's nothing wrong with taking down notes. It's cool to have talking points, but also I feel like with you, you gotta study who you facing. When you went into that Tariq Nasheed thing, you should have studied Tariq Nasheed from tip to toe. I mean, from head to toe. I'm sorry, from head to toe. I think you would have did 3 times better than what you did. Shabaka, of course you're going to support him. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell Kwame when he's right and wrong. Kwame has done, and we got, actually, Ewell, you were right. Kwame did not that bad. It went left at the end, but I do want to say this. Kwame, you got to study these people who you're facing. When you dealing with these, you got to understand, Kwame, the debate, yeah. Tariq Nasheed, yo, let me tell you something. Tariq Nasheed is a vet. You should have started off with something else like Myron Gaines or something and Nick Fuentes. You know, study those first and see how they move. You know, shaking they move. Then after that, you get busy on them. Then after that, you move up and up and up and up. And you be the higher echelons, you know? This is why I say, yo, you can't just go out here and just dumb out on people. You gotta actually, study these people. These people been doing this shit for years, Kwame. I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I could tell you haven't been doing this long enough. You are good. You're gonna be great in the future. It's just like, you gotta study people. You gotta study your enemy. You gotta study the people that you're going against. So when they go with these talking points, you already got a backup. You already know what to say. You know? So this is why these people are toasting you. You know? It's not that you suck. It's just that you don't study these type of people. These people always have talking points. Watch this. And always have backups.
To actually just
Well,
disavow our
Well,
rights as citizens.
I put the case on the
Hold
back
on,
chat,
hold
so
on.
you can pull
You
it
got
up.
to say your say. Let me say what I have to say. Do not interrupt me, please. Because this is all about citizenship. At the time, Dred Scott would not have been able to go to court if he was not a citizen. He would not have been able
Facts,
to
me
even
too, E.
argue
Will. I want to
the
give.
point if he was not a citizen.
I want to salute Kwame. Because Kwame did a great job. Kwame got washed. Yeah, he got washed, but at the end of the day, he did better than most fucking immigrants and Africans. And that's good that you are being honest with Kwame. Yo, because Kwame's our people. Yo, Rose, Kwame's is our people. Oh, yeah, like and subscribe and also comment, after the show as well. But, yo, Kwame, he's good. It's just at the end of the day, he has to study. He has to study his enemy. He has to study what these people are going to. You can't do what these Africans do. This is why these Africans lose all the time. Because at the end of the day, first of all, their country's just shitty as fuck. They can't talk about Black America. If you eating dirt cookies, you can't talk about a motherfucker who smoked crack. I'm going to be personally honest. I'd rather smoke crack than to be fucking sane and eating dirt cookies and drinking fucking anaconda piss. So that's the problem. The motherfuckers wash their pussy in fucking hippopotamus water. So there's a problem. You can't talk about Black America. So I'd rather smoke crack than live like that. No, it's not. Essay is better than all the Caribbean. Yeah, it gets crazy. Yeah, this is what Kwame has to. He has to study. You don't think I study half of these people that I talk about in debate and all this stuff? I've been watching Kwame. I see how he talked. When I first talked to Kwame talked crazy to me. Cheetah piss. Yeah. Nah, the anaconda be pissing in African water. Yeah, absolutely. Google all African capital city. It's not shanty. It's not shanty towns, but most of them are. That country's damn near dirt poor. There's most of our billionaires in America is worth more than Africa. And I'm not trying to shit on Africa. It's just most of our billionaires is worth more than Africa. That's telling you something. That means they can own Africa. Hyena come suit. Shout out to Hall J and yeah, Hall J. Yeah, it's just we can't do that. Hall J's crazy. He said hyena cum soup. Oh shit. Africa is the largest population. Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. Black Africans are the majority, and that country is still fucking poor. They need to fix that country. If they want to be on top, if they want to be on another level, they're gonna need to be on the side of Abraham. And I know they're not gonna be on the side of Abraham because at the end of the day, that's not that. Tribalistically, that's not them. They don't hold their people 10 toes down,
That's not what the case was about whatsoever. The case was absolutely about whether or not a Nabisco man had the right to nullify the rights of the citizen of the black, the formerly enslaved.
No, Nigeria is not richer than any black. black men. They probably got one. Let me tell you what you do, 5-star. They got one. The richest black man is Nigeria, but their country is dirt poor. It doesn't add up to any black community, any black area of the United States. The most successful people are black Americans. So this talking point of Nigerians being the most, richest, yeah, that's dead. It's dead like Pan-Africanism. Cape Verde, yeah, that's off the border coast. That's off the end of Western Africa. Yeah, he's a billionaire, but what about his country? His country is dirt poor. We have more billionaires. We have more black billionaires than everybody. It just means that, he don't give a fuck about his country. That's all it means, because his country's a shithole. They eat dirt cookies. They ain't got no cement roads. They probably got one or two good cities, but other than that, their whole country is fucked. Their whole country is fucked. I'm not saying Nigeria is a fucked up country. It can't be fixed. It can be fixed, but Nigerians are not trying to fix it. You know where they got the name Nigeria from? Floyd Shaw called Nigeria Nigerian because that's a nigger area. That's why they say Nigeria, because it's a nigger area. Yeah. A white woman named him. Well, America is the richest country. America are rich. The most people of the world. Yeah, facts. Every Africa country has capital rich cities. Yeah, but they got more poor cities. They can't talk about black America. Black America has the most successful black people of all, out of all people. It's just one or two, maybe even 3 billionaires or rich people in America. I mean, in Nigeria. It's just they don't support their own people. That's what I'm trying to say. Nah, it was called nigger area. That's what Nigeria means. Nigeria means nigger area. White woman named it. White British lady named it. Her name is Flora Shaw. Look her up.
Period, point in black. And this is one of the things that was majorly fought over when we was released after the Civil War, where they was debating. It was all the question of the Negro situation. So with the question of the Negro,
it was rich also too. Nigeria was rich when they were a part of Benin and Togo. Once they turned on them, it just became a shitty country and nobody trusts Nigerians.
They was trying to send us back to Africa, and people such as our great ancestor Frederick Douglass and many others fought against that because of the fact that they said we are American in this core because we built this nation. And without our labor, without us being the foundation of the country, there would be no country to have citizenship to. So the question, whether or not Dred Scott was ever a citizen, was literally created and put into the mainstream as propaganda, because it was never a question whether Dred Scott was a citizen, because he was able to get married in America. His wife was taken, and that was one of the reasons why he ended up going into the courts. But the fact of the matter is, the major issue was whether or not the Nabisco man had to respect the citizenship of the newly freed slaves. That's all the Dred Scott decision was about. And that's why the 14th Amendment was actually produced, because it had to reinforce the rights of the slave. That's all the 14th Amendment does. It reinforces the right of the slaves that was looked at as beneath or less than or not human. That's it. In any other court case, especially a Supreme Court case, especially when the Nabisco women was fighting against us getting well, they were against us having voters' rights, and they was trying to use the 14th Amendment in order to argue that they should be able to get the 14th Amendment rights. And every court, every Supreme Court that heard the case turned them down, saying the exact same thing that Trump already didn't say, that the 14th Amendment was for the descendants of American chattel slavery and to reinforce their citizenship, not to give them citizenship.
They didn't need to take Africa, Shabbat. 5 star, they didn't need to take Africa because you know why? They were just taking their resources. That's why you have China, India, even Russia and African countries. They're just taking your resources. They don't give a fuck about the land. They care about the resources. The resources is what made their country move. This is why Europe is so successful, is because of Africa. They take your resources. It's not that, oh yeah, you know, you're doing better and stuff like that and you're selling them. No. You're using their dollars, their currency, and they're taking your resources.
But to reinforce their citizenship. So you need to really do some research, family. What you're saying is a bunch of propaganda, and you're actually pushing white supremacist talking points by doing so. Thank you for letting me back up, family.
Did you read?
I appreciate, brother.
Did you actually read the Dred Scott decision?
Not only did I read
Here, I
the
want to
Dred
show you
Scott
something.
decision, I'm in the middle of writing a book about a lot of the decisions made in
So
America.
what was the ruling on the Dred Scott decision?
I've already given you the ruling.
I got number 4 right on the screen.
The ruling on
Here's
the Dred
number-
Scott decision. Yes, you can read the transcript right there in your face. Part 4: a free Negro of the African race, whether was brought here to this country and sold as slave.
What's your name, sir?
Is not a citizen. Kawme.
Hold on. What's your name, sir? Because I don't want to
Kawme.
misname you. Say that one more time. Kawme.
I said, yeah. So if
Okay,
you read
Kawme.
the Dred Scott, hold on.
Kawme,
Me,
can
I just
you
let
read
you
to
talk.
me? One
I just
second.
let you talk. Let me
Hold
finish
on,
my
because I
point.
don't
Let me
have a
finish
lot
my
of time.
point.
Hold on.
Hold on. I don't have a lot of time, my brother.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let
Go
you.
ahead,
I'm
Turk.
gonna let you say what you have to say, but I need you to show me this because it's up on the screen now. Show me where in the Dred Scott decision where it states that Dred Scott is not considered a citizen. Go.
Right there in the transcript, part 4: a free Negro of the African race, whether can you pull it up a little? It's a little bit small.
You see it?
Whose ancestors was brought to this country, and sold as slaves, is not a citizen within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States. So I that's the Dred Scott ruling. I don't know where you getting your ruling from, but that's the transcript right there on the screen. I put it in the back chat from the archive, so you can see it. That was the ruling. The 7-2 ruling of the Supreme Court in 1857. It addressed free people or enslaved people, and you could not be a citizen of the United States of America. That was the ruling.
And another thing, but also, do you notice something that you keep referring to as a free Negro? That's not an immigrant.
And also,
Okay, what is a free Negro?
Hold on. And also, you keep saying people brought to the Americas. And you know that a lot of the situation that we've been speaking about today is that only a third of a million people was brought to the Americas. That is documented by the American government and by the link that I gave you earlier, which is slavevoyages.org. That is a clear-cut document there. But also, what you're trying to insinuate is
I'm not trying to insinuate. I'm just reading the court filing, the Supreme Court filing, the 7-2 decision.
You keep calling him an immigrant.
Exactly.
I mean, he wasn't a citizen. So if you're not a citizen, what are you?
You're not okay. If the land is taken from you, then are you a citizen or are you a prisoner of war?
What land was taken from Dred Scott or his ancestors?
America.
Can you prove that?
Yes. God dang it. there's more information coming out every day that the so-called
Oh my
Native
goodness.
Americans aren't Native Americans, they're Siberians. That's
Oh,
one.
shit.
Two, there are footprints that are fossilizated right there in.
How long I've been saying that on this show? I've been saying this shit for like 3-4 months. That them people are like Siberians. Those people are closer to. Let me tell you something. If you kind of really look at it, Mexicans are actually closer to being Asian. Yeah, they're closer to being Asian. Because Asians have came to this country before white America. The Siberians, yes. It's not to shit on nobody, it's the truth.
New Mexico that shows that we was here 10,000 years before the Bering Straits even melted. That's two. Number three, when you talk about the slaves brought here, I gave you a resource, slavevoyages.org.
Okay, are you a
So
black
you'll be
American?
able to look at it then.
Are you a black American or African American, or are you a Native American? Which one?
I'm a foundational black American. I
So
have
you're a
native
black.
ties. Hold on.
So you're a
hold
black
on.
American.
Hold on. I have native ties because my grandmother, my father's father's grandmother, who was enslaved, was a Blackfoot native who walked the Trail of Tears. So when you're asking these questions, be damn sure you know who you're speaking to, and be damn sure you can combat the information given.
Well, I'm not talking about Native American. I'm talking about black Americans. Black
I'm
American
talking about black
ancestors.
There's a lot of
Black
those.
Americans
He just-
You
are
can't be a
Native
black
Americans,
American if
sir.
you're a Native American.
Sir, black Americans are Native
what?
Americans,
No,
whether
they-
you
no, they're
want
not.
to
No, they're
accept
not.
that or not. And that's
We're black natives. I wouldn't say Native Americans. I would say black natives, but we know what he means when he says Native Americans. I always say black natives so people don't get it mixed up with like these red niggas, these red natives that's running around. So this is why I say black natives. Kwame got him right there, but he could have been Native American. Excuse me. He could probably be Native American, but he's talking about black natives.
the problem. Because of
Wow.
the fact that
Who were the Maroons? Then what made them Maroons?
Which Maroons? The
What do
Gullah-Geechee?
you
Which
mean,
one?
which Maroons? The Gullah Geechees? That's okay. Do you know anything about Arkansas? How people
No.
got there? Okay, clearly you don't.
I'm not 100%
So,
sure.
you know, I got it. That's why I asked you about those the French, the slaves of the French before Napoleon had the bell. That's
you
why I
talking
asked
about
you about
you
them
talking about
earlier.
the Louisiana Purchase?
Yeah, what happened to the runaway slaves of the French in America?
Maybe they intertwine with the Native Americans. I'm not 100% sure.
Right. But you're here talking very definitively. Again, I get it. And so here's another thing I just want to reiterate and point out to you. In your own thing that you posted here, there is no reference to an immigrant. This is all American related business. There's nothing related to outsiders here. So when you're dealing with what's going on in this country, this is the benefit of the civil rights movement and black empowerment over the years. We fought so much that people have just naturally became entitled to benefits we fought for that nobody would have had we not stood up for it to begin with. But then we get people later down the road to come in here and just throw
Double-edged logic. Everybody has African blood. Even white people and Asians have African blood. Don't forget, black Americans not black Americans. The black race was the mother of everybody. You know, it's the mother of everybody. You know, so This is why I always say to people all the time, yeah, DNA, we have African DNA, but at the end of the day, that ethnogenesis is a motherfucker because at the end of the day, it shook up the game.
Semantical bullshit out here. Well, he wasn't a citizen, but he wasn't a damn immigrant. And that being the point, you're stuck right there because you don't know where to go. And so we can get through it and keep going there. Here's one thing I need you to leave with today, Kawme. Although the white man didn't consider him to be a citizen, here's a fact that you need to understand. He was not an immigrant. They're in slavery, chattel slavery, are not a bunch of immigrants. The generations of those people who are here, even the free Moorish people that were here ambushed up in Boston and then put back into slavery on the slave trade. You don't talk anything about those Moorish, the black Europeans that came over here. We don't hear anything about them. We only talking about Africa, Africa, Africa. There is a whole group of black folks from Europe that ended up on this continent. How the hell you got these Aborigines over there in Australia? See, there's a lot that you leave out.
Oh, okay.
But here's the fact.
Let me ask you a question before I get out of here.
Now we done with that because we done figured you stuck in the same question I've asked you 1,000 times, and we'll end with this. If you can answer this, I'll listen to you. No, just answer this question: was Dred Scott an immigrant or not?
According to the Supreme Court ruling, yes, he was an immigrant. He was not. His status was not a citizen.
Again, no. What in Free Negro tells you he's an immigrant?
A free Negro of the African race.
This is the paper. This is what you sent me.
Yeah. This is the transcript. A free Negro of the African race. There's nothing about an immigrant. Hold on. Let me just read part 4, and we could come to a decision right there. A free Negro of the African race whose ancestors was brought to this country and sold as slaves is not a citizen within the meaning of the Constitution of the United States.
Okay, and so let's go down to part 6 real quick because you did read that. Here's part 6. The only 2 clauses in the Constitution which points to this race treat them as persons whom it was morally lawful to deal in articles as of property and to hold as slaves. That right there nullifies that bullshit ass point you keep making. Have a good day, sir. Hell out of my studio. Good grief. Come on now with it, Kawme. You gonna send me this shit and then not even be able to you didn't read that part right there, did you? Here, let me show you.
This is why I always tell Kwame to be careful. Kwame held his own, but I think Kwame needs to be careful. Let's end. Let's see. We are still African. Ethnogenesis is when the white. Nah, come on, we can't do that. You want us to delete our race? I mean, our ancestors, Shabaka, and I think that's fucked up. I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm gonna say this, yo. You know what? I'm gonna give Kwame a grade. I'm gonna give Kwame, and y'all might be surprised. I'm gonna give him a B-. The reason why I want to give Kwame a B-, African DNA is African DNA, double-edged logic. The reason why I'm gonna give Kwame a B-, because he held his own. Like I say all the time, it's not what I think, is what he can prove. And Kwame actually proved a lot to certain people. I have seen it. It's just, the thing about it, Tariq Nasheed put that shit out. So, and the thing about it, we all knew it was Kwame. That's the crazy part. Kwame, you can't run from that shit. We know it's you. Put it this way, we don't even need to know your voice. Only thing we need to know is your talking points. I think that needs to change. But you did good, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm gonna say this. I am proud of Kwame. I am super proud of Kwame. Kwame held his own. Even though I had thoughts of like, oh yeah, that shit, he should have did this, he should have did that. Kwame did his own. Kwame held his own. And honestly, I appreciate all Kwame's hard work when he comes on this show. Cause I'm gonna say this: Kwame, Shabaka, Rando, Nick, SP, and all of y'all. I'm gonna be personally all of y'all. Del Monte, Green Bean, all of y'all. Y'all make my show great. That's why I didn't cry, but I got emotional when my birthday came because y'all didn't have to party for my birthday. We stayed up until 12 o'clock for my birthday. Like nobody really don't do that type of shit for me. I'm gonna be personally honest. So when somebody does a little bit to you, like, oh man, they really appreciate me. They really actually like me. I'm actually doing something right. Cause sometimes you don't know if a motherfucker feels like they doing something wrong. So I'm gonna give a whole bunch of shout outs. Shout out to Shabaka, Double Edge, E Money, E Williams, Imba, Squad Gaming, Shabaka, Double Edge Logic, 5-point star. Shout out to you. Thank you, man. You be putting it in work, player. Let's see. I already said E-Will, Double Logic. Hold on, let me go to my YouTube. Shabaka. Rose, shout out to Rose. Hey, yo, Rose, see if you could give me a subscribe. That'll be great. I don't know if you did it or not, but if you did, thank you. I do appreciate it. Hall J's, try to give me a shout out to a subscribe. Thank you if you can. So do Barry, thank you. Sonic Boom TV, thank you. I appreciate it. I already said Double Edge. Just all of y'all. Nick Machiavelli, Carl Mitchell, Carol Mitchell, I think. Is it Carol? Carol Mitchell. He will. Triple, thank you. I appreciate it, Triple. Just all of y'all. I wanted to. Of course, Jersey Drive be getting busy. Thank you, man. I appreciate everything. I want to tell y'all I appreciate all the stuff that we do. And shout out to Kwame, man. When y'all see Kwame, give him a shout out. Tell Kwame, influence Kwame to start a channel. That's what I want you to do. And when I see Kwame, I'm gonna tell Kwame, yo, dude, you need to do a channel. You got it right now. Kwame Kwame might have a bigger subscriber than me, depending on what he does. I don't think so, but he might do. Who knows? But again, thank y'all for everything. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry that my channel went off. I just had to update everything. And I will see you tomorrow. And y'all have a great night. Oh yeah, YouTubian, have a great night too. YouTube Double Edge. Thank you for everything. I know we not bump heads, but we had we don't agree on certain things, and I think this is what's great for the show. So definitely keep on doing what you're doing.